my people, it's your boy Klaus P. Welcome back to another episode of the season's pod. I'm not going to introduce them this week, I'm going to let them do their jobs. Number one.
I go by the name of Atancho. Hello.
Number two.
I go by the name of Liam.
I thought you were going to give your last name for a quick second. And finally, number three.
And it's Antavelli.
Brilliant.
I feel like today is
Very robotic.
Yeah.
Peter Crouch.
No, the FIFA, I saw this FIFA celebration, right, today, where he just goes, and bro, he done it 3 times against me. I'm so pissed. Yeah, it was like, can't even do it. When he was, oh, can't do it.
Although we are recording this relatively late, I think we're all in good moods, we're in good spirits. It's been a good week. First of all, we want to say happy birthday to Antoncho. I know it was a few days ago, but it coincides with this podcast.
Yes,
happy birthday. Happy birthday. And second birthday we want to shout out is to Simon. Simon actually works at Sequoia. Obviously we're sponsored by Sequoia, so happy birthday, Simon.
Thank you for the lovely t-shirt.
What he said, and obviously that then leads us on to thanking our sponsors, Sequoia Lounge. Once again, Sequoia making everything possible, this background, everything you see here is because of Sequoia, so big shout outs to them. All of their DLs down below. Remember, Clapham South, pull up. Like I said, I've said many a times, you might even catch us here. We watch a lot of the football here as well, so if you want to come watch the football, smoke some shisha, drink anything you like, alcohol,
debate it with us.
Yeah, debate with us. If you see us, say hello, we'll say hello back. And if it wasn't for the rule of 6, you could have even sat with us. But a lot of the times we are 6 man up, so. But yeah, let's leave politics for season's politics, innit? Every week we have a new podcast idea, innit?
I just want to say shout out to Marcus Rashford. You're a legend.
Yeah, big. That's I'm glad you brought up.
You're a legend.
Listen, this is kind of off topic, but on topic. I think Marcus Rashford, as a footballer, he's already an amazing footballer. There's no doubt about it. But what he's doing on a human level is unbelievable. And I think everyone should get behind Rashford and support his cause in any way you can. For any business owners that are listening to this podcast, if there's anything you can do, whether it is just give a little something to any children in need, I think that's the best way of putting it. Do so. I'm pretty sure Marcus will be more than happy to facilitate that. We're talking as if we know him personally, but in any way, it literally feels as if he's our Prime Minister at this point.
Yeah.
Hashtag end child poverty.
Hashtag end child poverty. And yeah, like, big shout out to Marcus Rashford. And I'm pretty sure regardless of if you hate United or not, you can't hate Marcus Rashford. Like, what he's doing is unbelievable. And to know that there is a role model out there, do you know what I mean, that the young people can count on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And how old is he? He's like, what, 21, 22?
He's like my age.
22. So young, and he's doing all of this is unbelievable. So, it's not his birthday, but happy birthday to Marcus Rashford. We'll give that to him.
To go up against the government is no small feat,
Yeah.
and you're making them look like muppets.
It's
right
crazy.
now.
And do you know what it is as well? It's like, so many people are in privileged positions, whether they have a lot of money or they're famous or there's some sort of similar power, and for him to use his fame and his power to this like magnitude, all you can do is applaud it. So big shout out to Marcus Rashford. Hopefully one day we can meet, not even in like a football level, just in a personal level.
Your Nate Sunny in it?
I've actually met him once.
Your Nate?
Really? Oh yeah, you was at the event in the Nike event.
Yeah.
And what Lingard calls him Beans, innit?
Beans.
So Beans, if you're listening to this, listen, big shouts to you, and hopefully one day we'll meet. I'd love. You know what it is? Imagine being able to interview Rashford. That would be crazy, innit? I'm bringing. Yeah, that's it today, Murray.
Yeah, yo, Nate Sonny in it.
This Sonny in it. But big shouts to Rashford. I'm glad you brought that up. And if there's anything, if there's anything we can do, if there's anything we could do, we definitely do it, innit?
Yeah.
But obviously, we don't have immense amount of power and whatever, but if there's anything that pops up that we can do, we will do it. And I think
we're using our platform.
I think we should all go home and think about something that we could do. Doesn't have to be like physically, but if there's something we can do to help, I think that's one thing we should do and support the cause. Because honestly, like I was speaking to my mum about it, and I said to my mum, listen mum, if I had lots of money, I would do something to help. I'd go out of my way to help, because if there's one thing no one should ever suffer from, is famine. I know there's lots of like countries that are very food deprived and whatever, but we're talking about a nation that is relatively wealthy, and you have the government spending 11 million on expenses, and they spent 12 million on track and trace that failed, and you can't feed
18 million on a Big Ben.
and you can't feed like children in need.
Listen,
bro.
Caesar's politics. We don't want to get into it. But listen, just congratulations for everything you're doing, Marcus Rashford. Keep fighting the good fight.
100%.
We got Dr. Rashford, man.
Yeah. And hopefully as well, if other footballers could jump on board. And
I think that's the next step. That'd be great. Everyone just get involved.
Yeah, 100%.
You don't have to make it public as well. Just do it.
Yeah, 100%. It's like who was it? I think it was kind of off topic. Moses made like a massive charitable donation to Wigan, wasn't it? Like kept it quiet, but obviously people found out. I think it was like gave him like what 20,000, 30,000.
Lingard was helping at the food bank.
See, so there you go. So footballers, for any of you lot that are listening, although we might talk bad about some of you lot, we you know what I mean. Football's one thing, but obviously, was it human problems? I don't know what the right term is. That's a completely different thing. So, yeah, any footballer, if you're watching, if you could do anything to help, I'm pretty sure that the nation will applaud you for it. So, but yeah, I think that's enough for that for now. Let's talk about football. If only we had like a little theme tune that we could play. Let's talk about football. That'd be a little something to get us going. But wait, before all that, how you lot alright? How's you lot this week been?
Yeah,
all
really
good.
Really
all
good.
Decent.
You lot enjoying the football?
Can't complain. No.
Not really.
Pretty boring.
It's not been great, has it? It's not been great. European football's been whatever. Premier League's not been the greatest.
Now all the goals are drying up.
You brought up a good point. Maybe it's time to start introducing fans again, isn't it?
I think
the fan aspects.
At first, we just wanted football.
Yeah.
Because COVID stopped it for so long, but then now I think we're so used to it. We need that extra something because with no fans, it's just one dimension.
100%. And I think as well, because of a lot of clubs, they feed off that energy, and when you don't have that energy, it's hard to, do you know what I mean, to get going. So
especially with like Aston Villa beating Liverpool 7-2. If the fans are there, that'd be like, even though it'll probably be talked about for years to come,
100%.
it would be like one of the, you know what I mean? It just elevates it that much more.
Quick question: if Liverpool was to win the league this year again, bearing in mind they lost 7-2 to Aston Villa, would that be written off, that 7-2, or do you think it'll still be in the back of people's heads?
They won't be seen as one of the greatest Premier League winning sides. Though.
Yeah, it would be like you still lost 7-2 to Villa. But they got, but if they do it, they get back to back.
Yeah, exactly. But you can't compare them to the United 07-08. You can't compare them to Invincibles because they wouldn't lose like that. So yeah.
All right, that's a good topic. But before we let me give you a little rundown quickly. So, in terms of like actual footballing topics, you lot correct me if I'm wrong. There's not been too much to talk about.
No.
Everything's pretty much been VAR related. Pay-per-view. I read something today on Twitter about Barcelona, how Bartomeu he's talking about that whole Super League thing, and he's obviously pushing Barcelona forward, and he thinks that's going to save his position as president.
He's already resigned.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. But the whole, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He thinks that's going to help his thing. But other than that, what's there really to talk about? Not much. You've had Champions League. Champions League was right. United win against PSG.
It was, again.
Yeah, Chelsea.
Let's go back to
we spoke about that last week.
Yeah, we spoke. Yeah, we touched upon that. How was Man City? They won, didn't they?
Yeah, but it was comfortable. Whatever. But City don't look like they had a great goal, but they don't look great.
Yeah. Liverpool, same thing as well. Win.
Liverpool they're just getting by. They're barely getting by. Like a spattering engine or whatever.
And then obviously, if you go on to the Europa League, Arsenal were losing 1-0, turned it 2-1. Relatively routine win. Spurs also routine.
Yeah.
Leicester 3-0 to Zorya. Nothing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's expected. Other than that, not really much to talk about.
Yeah.
So, how this is going to work this week? Obviously, we're going to run through the Premier League fixtures. We're going to give our little opinions and whatever, and then there's obviously little topics to talk about within each game. But tonight, whatever time you're watching this, what's going to happen is obviously each person on the panel supports a team, and then obviously being a Chelsea fan, although he's wearing red, God knows why. You're wearing blue, but you're an Arsenal fan.
It's purple, mate.
Oh, purple. Well, I think on the camera it looks blue. Cameraman.
Yeah, John.
How does it look?
Looks black.
Alright, fair enough. Obviously, Liam being the Arsenal fan and Adele being the Manchester United fan, you're going to basically debate your club. It's literally Chelsea versus Arsenal versus Manchester United. It's a triple threat match, literally. So I'm going to have some questions, and you're just going to speak upon your club. We're going to debate it, and then we're going to end the podcast with a Chelsea, Manchester United, Arsenal best XI.
Okay.
We'll go through it position by position. We're going to pick the best XI. But before that, like I said, let's talk Premier League, and then we'd have the next theme tune. In an ideal world, that's how it works. So,
on tiny temper, man.
Yeah. On Adnan's birthday, we had Aston Villa 0, Leeds 3.
And Bamford's got a hat-trick.
Bamford hat-trick.
I thought it was a bit of a shock.
100% a bit sure. You was tipping Aston Villa to be bloody champions.
No, but I didn't want Bamford to... You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm kissing
The
Matthew.
two people you said champions had a stinker this weekend.
Don't worry, man. Villa's coming, man.
Obviously, Bamford hat-trick. Brilliant performance. I think it was all scored in the second half, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it?
I can't remember. We was out eating.
Yeah, we was out eating. We was celebrating Adnan's birthday. But yeah, so 55th, 67th, 74th minute. Unbelievable finishes. Great goals. In terms of Patrick Bamford, I don't think there's really much to talk about that game other than Leeds were the better side. Bamford was the best player on the pitch. Bamford for England.
No.
Wow.
No.
Wow. Okay. No. You don't go crazy. Go crazy. The floor is yours.
No.
Gonna go first or shall I?
You go first, just no.
Go crazy.
No. Basically, the reason why I would personally say no is first and foremost, England team at the minute very boring, very dull, and
that's because of Southgate, not really because of the players.
Yeah, but at the same time, I do think Bamford is once and foremost a confidence player.
Yes. A lot of people have been saying that this past few days as well.
He's come through a Chelsea system where he's been loaned out twice. Obviously, he's gone out to Middlesbrough, didn't do well over there when they were in the Prem. I'm guessing this is probably the first time he's been G'd up.
Yeah.
To come into this league, and and he even at the start, I didn't even think he believed in himself.
Yeah.
And then he got his 1, he got his 2, and I think Bielsa's had a word in his ear to go here. This is what you need to do. So I do think that at club level at the minute he's doing well. Is he for England? No.
Do you think with Bamford, a lot of people wrote him off before the start of the campaign? They were like, he can't do it in the Prem, and he's
100%.
kind of proving people wrong at this point.
100%. But at the same time, you got to go by what you already know. What he's done in the league already.
100%. Yeah.
But then again, who was he playing under beforehand? Was it Jonathan Woodgate?
Yes, something like that. Bro, it was only recently that Bielsa's come in, and then obviously he's playing in that system.
But yeah, again, it's the system that helps.
Yeah.
And again, at the minute with England, it's a lot more experimental in such a case. Where
So is that not the best time to kind of throw him in the mix then to see if he works?
There's more strikers to experiment with.
Exactly. That's the point I kind of wanted you lot to lead on to is Bamford. Alright, why do we always talk about England? It's so annoying. But okay, cool. Harry Kane, number 1 striker.
Yeah.
Who's number 2? Dominic now at this point?
Yeah.
Who's number 3? Tammy maybe?
Tammy and Ings. That's it. Ings 3, Tammy 4.
Yeah.
And then apparently there's been rumours that Vardy might come back to England. I'm not sure. I was hearing the commentary they were talking about when they were playing against Arsenal. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it. But if he was to come back into the mix, then there's no room for any other striker to come in.
Is this probably the weakest point that England's had in terms of strikers?
You couldn't say that. They got one of the best strikers probably in the world. You know what I mean?
I know where you're coming from because bar Harry Kane, when you're talking about leading a line, especially in, for example, the Euros or the World Cup, could Danny Ings lead the line for England? Maybe not. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, maybe not right now.
There'll be squad rotational players.
Tammy,
One thing I'll definitely say, since 2002, they've always had one main striker, and it's always been that second place that's always been up for grabs. But then again, England have always played with 4-4-2, so on and so on.
Yeah.
So now they're playing with the one solo striker, everyone's always going for that bench position. However, with a lot of games being played, your main striker playing in England, with that burnout, is there a second strong striker? That has that.
Exactly. And alright, if we was to decide on that second strong striker, who would you say that is? What?
Vardy, if you got chosen.
Well, Vardy, if he was back.
Yes.
Alright, but let's leave Vardy out of the mix for now.
If you're going If you're going on form, if you're going on
Calvert-Lewin,
someone,
yeah, it's got to be Calvert-Lewin. Obviously, I find Ings a remarkable footballer. I think Ings is a very good footballer. It's just, is he good enough to lead an England line?
He's got to be given an opportunity. He wouldn't be able to lead it, but
that's what you need though, especially as an England striker, like, because that's what. All right, apart from Harry Kane probably being the best player in the Prem, yes, I said it again. He brings a lot to the team. Do you know what I mean? He's a playmaker. He's a goal scorer. He's a captain. Those other options that we spoke about, Tammy, Vardy, Ings, they don't have that. Do you know what I mean? So straight away you're second place to Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. And I can't see Bamford being that guy. I see Bamford as a very quiet and reserved player. You can tell he's just about himself.
I think he's a confidence player.
Yeah.
And then again, we're getting into a major tournament.
Yeah.
Where the whole nation gets on top of you. I think that could either make you or break you. For him, I definitely think it'll break him.
Yeah. Yeah. But like,
leave your comments down below.
Yeah, 100%. Let us know. Let us know on your opinions of Bamford. I do think he is a good footballer. He started the campaign well. Now it's just a matter of like consistency. If he's consistent from now till the end of the season, then maybe we could be like, okay, cool. Now he's in the running for something. But second game, West Ham won, Man City won. I don't know. I watched the game from start to finish. Both teams very pragmatic. Nothing really amazing. Aguero comes back from injury, gets injured again. Obviously, no out and out striker in that Man City team. They're suffering from it. Sterling, as good as he is, not an out and out striker. Obviously, much better for going from the left in and shooting. West Ham, fair play to them. They got a point. They didn't play great whatsoever. They played much better when David Moyes wasn't there, funnily enough. But point for them. Adele, I asked you about some topics in it beforehand. I was like, what do you think we should talk about? And you spoke about does Pep need another sabbatical? Do you think it's now time for Pep to take a break again and then reevaluate, reassess, and come back?
I think so. Not like any time, as in like he can go out this season, maybe do another season, but he doesn't look as motivated. I said this from the very first podcast we did when we came back. Like, there was an interview where he said, "Oh, if the performances aren't great, what's the worst that can happen? I'm not going to die."
Yeah.
And especially with this whole COVID period, I think he suffered a lot. He lost his mum.
Yeah.
And like for him, I think he's got like a whole new lease on life kind of thing. I don't think football's the main priority for him anymore.
Yeah.
On top of that, so like with him, I just feel I don't know what it is because with Pep Guardiola is football. He loves football.
Yeah.
But it's just it doesn't seem like he's all there.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But that being said, it's also down to like the City as well. They're not performing.
Yeah.
Just, you know what I mean? But he is nearing that sabbatical stage where he just needs to refresh, recharge his batteries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much of City's not downfall, just lack of a better term, is that down to De Bruyne not playing, and obviously he got injured for a week or two. No De Bruyne, no party. Do you lot agree with that?
They've had many injuries. Gabriel, Aguero, Fernandinho's gone for a long-term injury now. It's tough.
Yeah.
For me, I think he's at a really big crossroads. He comes up to a point where bad luck's happening. His best players are missing through injury. He's just lost his mum. Obviously, COVID's happened. He's coming to a point where he's not achieving the results. So it's all kind of pointing towards a point where either the club get rid of him.
I doubt it.
I doubt it
That's
happens.
very far-fetched.
Because the director of football, Shiki, they have a great connection, whatever. But worst comes to worst, sometimes it is business.
I wouldn't rule it out.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is business, and it comes to a point where he goes, "I'll step away," or they go, "I'm sorry, but we have to get rid of you."
Yeah.
But so it comes to a point where when is enough? Like, does he have to fall at the top four for that to happen? Does he have to like lose a certain amount of games in a bounce? Do you know? Does it get to a point where he's not allowed the certain signings in January coming up, and then he goes, "All right, well, I didn't get the certain players I need to get the certain."
Do you know what's funny? And like with that being said as well, I think City do need to invest again. I know we're talking about a team that needs to spend $1 billion on transfers, but they need to invest. There's certain areas in that team that needs an upgrade. That midfield is at a point now where it needs some fresh blood. Do you know what I mean? There's only so much that De Bruyne and Rodri can take. Rodri will need a break at one point.
For me, it's left back.
Left back as well. That's a very, very great point. However, one of the best left backs in Europe right now is a City player but doesn't play for City. I'll let you go because you love him, fam. Oh my god, don't tell me you're going to make me look bad, fam. Leipzig.
Yeah, no, sorry. Nagelsmann, yeah. But I had something else in my mind because we were talking about the transfers.
Yeah.
I was taking a take on a story, right?
Alright, go on.
I was on a tangent. I was speaking to one of the guys I was doing my dissertations for.
Yeah.
And he happens to be a Swansea fan, and
Right.
he was talking about the time when Roberto.
Wait, a Swansea fan, sorry.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah, and let's say, like, correct me if I'm wrong. Roberto Martinez was manager at one point.
Yes.
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
before.
Yeah. So he said because he used to be a journalist at one point. He said at one point, like, for Roberto Martinez, his philosophy is, whenever tackling transfers, the best way to go about it is to get one person per position. So you goalkeeper, defender, midfielder, and a striker.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just to keep it fresh.
Yeah.
Like, every time. Obviously, it will never usually happen that way.
Yeah.
Because you don't usually get the targets you want. But in an ideal transfer window, you need one of each.
Yeah.
That was his philosophy every time wherever he went.
It's an expensive philosophy, though.
Yeah, exactly. But when you're at Swansea, you only budgeted whatever.
Yeah.
But the idea and the principality behind it is still there. For City, because you're City, it's hard to replace players at that level. So how do you go about in the market finding players that either match like for like players or compete for a spot? You lose Sane and you really haven't replaced them kind of thing. So, like, I get it, but it's like that's just something that came to mind when I was thinking about, like, with City need upgrades. Like, it's hard to, especially for a team like City, their talent ID must be like, it's a specific kind of bunch of player. It's tough.
100%.
I personally don't think they should have let his contract run down to that point. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
That's a big asset.
Do you know what it is with Sane as well? I just think he wasn't happy. I think he was just fed up with England. He was probably fed up with, like, the whole setup. He was like, I want to go back home. I think that was literally it.
Injuries will do that to you as well.
Yeah, and he was injured for so long. And do you know what it is? I think the club probably did give up on him at one point. They was probably like,
That's
listen,
what it was.
Yeah, they were probably like, listen, Sane's not going to come back the same player or whatever. Obviously, he's proving it wrong over in Germany, but they was like, it's fine. We've got Sterling, we've got Bernardo, we've got Mahrez, we've got Phil Foden. We'll be all right. Which, in theory, they will be all right. But Sane is a very particular player. He's a very special player. You don't have a lot of left-footed players like him. Do you know what I mean? So it is a big loss. But to say he was a massive loss, I think we'd be kind of overestimating the whole scenario. For me, it's central midfielders. It's out-and-out central midfielders. It's the left-back position. I don't think Zinchenko nor Mendy are good enough to be, like, do you know what I mean, a Champions League, Premier League winning left-back. Obviously, Angelino is probably the best out of the three. He's obviously at Leipzig. They're now playing him in, like, Cam and all sorts of places because he's that good.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? So maybe bringing him back will do him good. If not that, they're going to have to invest in that position. I'm not going to say centre back because Laporte, obviously, when he comes back from injury, when he's feeling better. Ruben Diaz.
So he played today.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he
so
played
brilliant.
Today.
So Laporte is back. Ruben Diaz, a brilliant signing for them. Ake's a brilliant backup. Do you know what I mean? In the right back position, you got Kyle Walker, Cancelo. I don't think you really have to stress. It's just the midfield for me and a striker. They have to buy a striker. Aguero, with you can tell that age is catching up on him.
Yeah.
Injuries galore. You're still one of the best, but
I do think he must go to Spain.
yeah, it's either that or just somewhere hot, innit? He just looks like he needs the heat. So they're gonna have to invest. Listen, if you lot could get John Felix,
Well, I always said get Joao Felix out of Atletico. And if he was to go to a City, wow,
crazy.
it's like Aguero 2.0 for another 10 years.
Tables will turn.
Yeah.
However, if you are going to go to Atletico and do business, put Aguero as part of that.
100%, that would be brilliant. Do that, and if not John Felix, from the top of my head, I'd say Haaland. I think City would be stupid not to go for Haaland. Plain and simple.
Speaking of him, there's a clause.
Yeah. It's close.
62 million is not expensive.
And it's not expensive, exactly. And obviously Chelsea rumoured to
I'm
be
pretty sure
looking
he'll
at
go
him.
Real Madrid, but it's good wishful thinking.
Yeah, it is wishful thinking, but I do think City would be stupid to not at least attempt to get Haaland. I think he'd do well in that system.
Yeah.
Obviously, Dortmund play relatively similar football, so you know you're going to get something out of him. Obviously, a very big, strong, quick, technically gifted, potent striker. You can't go wrong. Do you know what I mean? Especially when you have great wingers that know how to pass and whip the ball in. A big man up front. I think City would be great for them.
I'd throw 100 M's on them.
Yeah, why not?
He's that good.
Oh,
yeah.
why not? Why not? Honestly, why not? On to West Ham. Obviously, they're slowly picking up results, not playing great football.
That's their game, though.
Yeah, that's their game.
Anyone against top six, you're gonna watch a game like that every time.
Yeah, 100%.
And they're either gonna get the win or get a point. That's how it works in them.
Yeah.
Plus their stadium. It's just what it is. Like, you go there,
You know it's long.
you have to play there.
Yeah.
I hate playing against West Ham.
It's not great. It's, do you know what it is? It's West Ham against London teams as well. There's just something against London teams where it's just they just seem to get something out of somewhere.
Obviously, Mikel Antonio in the time, you know the game's lost already.
100%.
That Tottenham game, they were down and out.
Yeah, 100. Yeah, but I think that draw was a lot down to Spurs. Spurs stopped playing in that second half.
Yeah.
Obviously, Bell had them chances. If Bell was to Tottenham chances, then maybe.
Bell made the chance.
Same thing happened in a common game you're about to talk about.
It was a 2v1 situation. Bell made the chance.
Yeah, exactly. I think if he was to make it 4-0, 5-0, then it would have been done and dusted. But with West Ham as well is, once you score one goal, you always say, oh, we could definitely score another. When you score two, anything's possible. If you can get two off the rip, forget about it. But no, fair play to West Ham if they can carry on picking up results. Obviously, a club that struggled so much last season, and a lot of people actually tipped to relegate. So if they can obviously pick up results now, get a relatively high number of points within the first half of the season, then they'll be alright in the second half of the season. So good for them. Obviously, London derby, not the greatest.
Yeah.
Fulham 1, Palace 2. Palace picking up wins.
I expected it.
I think Palace had a good start to the season, though.
I think Fulham are in trouble.
Fulham are in big trouble.
Fulham are in big trouble.
Fulham.
What do you think, Liv?
No words. I feel bad 'cause I love Fulham. I love Fulham, but
What's the situation with Palace and the user Eze?
Listen, Eze, amazing footballer. Bro, great. You can tell straight away he's levels above. I still don't think he's clicked in that team just yet. You know what I mean? Like,
But using him like 15 minutes in each game.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I think for a player that good, he has to stop.
So
He's
that was
got to stop.
crazy. Ed is the kind of guy. If I was looking at Crystal Palace's signing policy, whatever, if I'd sold Wilfred Zaha, I'd go for that as like a replacement.
Yeah.
But then, how do you fit? You need to pick.
I think that's the problem.
the
I think
issue.
that's it. But Zaha's been brilliant. This is the start of the season. Zaha's been great.
But they're not trying to play him off the wings. They're trying to play him as attacking midfielder.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to attack him midfielder, they should have got Loftus-Cheek. He was brilliant at Palace. In
Yeah.
that position.
He played against Palace. He was alright. He wasn't. I think I said this maybe last week. Barkley is playing levels ahead of Loftus-Cheek.
He was playing well for Chelsea before he left as well.
Yeah.
Barkley's been playing well.
Again, another confidence player.
Yeah.
Big confidence player. That's a very big.
He's
confidence
unplayable
player.
when he's in good form.
But I think Fulham are in trouble. You know what's going to happen though? When it come January, Fulham are going to have to invest heavy. They're going to.
they've already invested.
No, but they're going to have to go even more because it's obviously not
It'll
enough.
be a waste of time. It'll be a waste
You
of
think?
time. They're down and out already, mate.
Yeah, but-
You can tell in it, like you can just tell when it's
The
low.
point is, when you invest in over 10 players, when you come up from the Champions,
you lot are
there's
saying
no
that
point.
6 games in though.
Scott Parker's not making it to the
Yeah.
end, to the end of November.
That's what I would have said.
Give
I
us that man
don't
at the
think
end of
it's.
the season.
See, the thing is,
You just gigs it to the end of the season.
you lot are saying that Fulham has invested whatever. Fulham haven't invested that much though in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, but
However-
not money wise. I'm talking player.
No, but even player wise, it's pretty much the same team that came up from the Championship, and I think that's the issue.
However, I do think what Fulham are going to do this season, they're going to go through 3 or 4 managers like they did, 2015 season?
Yeah.
Because, again, the owner, his focus is not here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that is a good point.
He owns like 4 businesses. Like,
Back to your point about like they're still their old squad, and that's the problem. Last time they did come up, they had a completely new squad, and it backfired. Maybe that's what they're thinking this time.
Yeah, but all right. So is it?
and they're building a stand.
Is it Scott Parker's fault though? Is he just not
it's
able
Scott Parker's
to?
fault, but it's a sinking ship.
He's still not ready.
already.
He's not a Premier League manager as well.
They should have given this Brentford the chance. I can't lie to you because you could tell as soon as Fulham won, you knew they were going straight back down again.
Yeah.
To be fair, if Brentford come up, I think Ben Rum would have stayed.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
He was getting Prem football regardless.
Yeah.
That's it.
With him, it was only a matter of time for
Yeah.
him to go up to the
Yeah.
Prem.
He gave it away when they played Fulham recently and they interviewed him as man of the match.
Yeah.
He gave it away then.
Yeah, 100%. And then to the Sequoia special. So basically,
Great
Oh,
cocktail, by
I
the
don't
way.
know what
Amazing
I don't know.
cocktail.
obviously Manchester United 0, Chelsea 0.
I can't lie, yeah. I don't want to speak on it.
With United Chelsea, I don't think there's personally too much to talk about. Like from what I saw from either squad.
All I gotta say is Lampard, please sort out that front line because I don't want to speak bad on you. I don't want to speak bad on the team. Great that we're doing well defensively. Edouard Mendy, I love you.
Yeah, he had a wicked save near the end.
I personally thought he was going to lose.
Really?
Yeah, but then
Yeah, to be fair, I kind of thought Chelsea were going to get something out of it before the game. When I started watching the game,
you can tell.
all I saw across the screen was no, because there was nothing from either team. Obviously, should have been a penalty.
Yeah.
I think even from a United fan standpoint.
I don't know how they get away with it.
Yeah, honestly,
Especially Maguire, bro. It's always
Maguire.
him.
It's ridiculous. How that wasn't called a penalty, I don't know.
Practically
But-
wrestled him now.
Yeah, like literally, it was literally a hug.
And then
like,
they wanted to spend 4 minutes on Rashford's VAR. He headlocked, man.
it was stupid. It was ridiculous.
Don't worry, we're getting a penalty against Arsenal or something.
Yeah, probably.
Mike Dean.
Just saying what's so funny, like everyone makes a meme out it now, but it just shows you everything that's wrong
Yeah.
with the system, bro.
But that's the thing though, like, remember I spoke about this to you earlier on today. Remember we were talking about that one of the topics everyone's been talking about is VAR. And I said I refuse to talk about VAR. But once again, it seems as if VAR is the only thing you can talk about.
Yep.
Like, it's just ridiculous. How that wasn't called a penalty is beyond me. But apart from that, game was rubbish. Let's be completely honest. I thought the game was terrible.
I did call it 0-0.
Not a great performance from either team. I didn't even see good spurts of football.
Yep.
I think one clip that kind of humoured me a little bit was one where Luke Shaw, Bruno Fernandes had a ball out wide and Luke Shaw didn't overlap and he didn't do nothing, he just stood still the whole time and like Bruno Fernandes was like pointing at him to move and he was just stood there. So
You know there was someone saying on
It
Twitter.
sparked a debate.
Yeah, there was someone saying on Twitter. I'm a coach, innit? But from when I saw on Twitter that they said, he was right to not do that. It is a bit.
it did spark a debate. But what is Luke Shaw going to do in that position? Bearing in mind he's a left-footed player with not great, like he's not a great technical footballer. What's he going to do in that position? Pass it to him. What would Luke Shaw do? He's going to turn back and pass it back. Bruno Fernandes at least wanted movement so they could try and attack. That was Bruno Fernandes' mentality. I'm pretty
Especially
certain.
in a 0-0 game, no risk, no reward kind of thing.
Exactly.
But it's
Everyone did predict a high scoring draw.
yeah.
I said 0-0.
Yeah,
I said 0-0.
Yeah, you did. I'm shocked that there was that. Well, I'm not shocked at the fact there was no goals because of the game that was played. But prior to the game being played, I thought, both teams were going to go at it.
I expected it.
Talk to me.
I expected it.
Should Bruno have been sent off?
Yeah.
He slapped the spit out.
Even that one, even that how VAR didn't do nothing about that is crazy.
I don't get it. You with United, just enjoy it kind of
To
thing.
be fair, no, VAR this season or the season before, one thing I'll definitely say, it is so subjective. Like, we're recording this on
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Well, we'll get into Wednesday, aren't we?
Yeah.
But
Yes, Wednesday now.
we just finished watching the Inter Milan game and Lukaku fully got dragged down and all sorts.
That was ridiculous. How that wasn't a penalty is. But do you think it's because Lukaku is such a big player and they think he went down too
I call it the LeBron because it happens in basketball.
Yeah.
Because he's so big, they think it's not fouling.
Yeah.
But my thing is the amount of people that are involved in the decisions and still to get it so wrong.
Referees have to
Once again,
start.
to distribute.
The referees have to start looking at it.
I've said
because
this, yeah.
plain and simple, the one person that has the last say is the referee.
Yeah.
So the referee, because I saw to go back into that Inter Milan game, it looked as if the referee was going to blow, but the referee had second thoughts because he thought, fuck it, VAR's going to tell me something.
He had 4 decisions wrong in that second half.
Referee had a stinker that game. So I thought genuinely, that he's going to look back, he's going to wait for the VAR to whatever. He should have went and looked at the screen. Same with the Maguire situation on Aspilicueta, he should have looked at the screen. Same with the slap. How VAR didn't call that?
What's mad as well, recently the referees have actually been advised by the FA or whoever it is to actually now go to watch the screen and it's still
I said a long time ago, I can't remember what podcast it was, if it's anything to do with a penalty shot, the referee should take the onus, regardless if it's nothing or whatever, to go look at it.
100%.
The best place it's working is the MLS.
Yeah, because they have to go.
They've had that system for a while now.
Yeah.
And it's like Germany. Germany's had it for a while now. Portugal's had it for a relatively long time. But that's no excuse because English refs are professional referees. That's their full-time jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So how can a bunch of full-timers be shit? How does that work out?
They're like amateurs, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? How does that? You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. But I ain't got much else to say on that game other than boring. Nothing to it.
1 point apiece.
Yeah.
If you think any other team deserved a little bit more than that, comment down below.
100%. Fair enough. Liverpool 2, Sheffield 1.
It's just
I I would say routine win, but
Another VAR controversy. It wasn't a penalty.
yeah,
It wasn't a
yeah,
penalty.
it wasn't a pen, but obviously, yeah, once again VAR. Firmino bagged, playing in the 10. Obviously,
Yeah,
he got
he's
pushed
more
out.
effective in the 10.
What did I tell you?
Crazy, but you know it's just no, but bro, like Firmino's not a striker, like it's
Yeah, we
just
knew that,
ridiculous.
yeah.
But weirdly enough, though, do you know what could be shout for signing of the season? Jota. I think Jota might be in contention for signing of the season.
Yes,
Well,
110%.
to be fair though, I
I
like,
was so shocked when he got signed.
with Liverpool going through the injuries, it's like,
It's not-
they need to rotate.
But you know what's crazy? I don't know about you lot, innit? But I thought Jota was going to take like a
bit hot role.
yeah, a bit part role. I thought he was like off the bench playing Carabao's Europa.
Yeah.
But he's actually starting games and he's scoring. He obviously scored the winner.
Yep.
Great header. Obviously, he scored the first goal today in the Champions League. They've pushed Firmino down into the 10. Mane left, Salah up front, Jota on the right, and it seemed to work.
Yeah, it
wonders.
has a dimension because
Yeah.
the chances that Firmino usually misses, Jota will probably bag.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'll tell you what, the window can't come quick enough for them.
100%, especially with the whole centre back situation. They need. Apparently, they're looking at what was it? I think it's one Turkish don or something like that. I can't remember who it was, but they're looking at a
If
centre
you're
back.
looking at Turkish centre back, get Demiral from Juventus.
Yeah,
He's
Demiral.
crazy good.
Leicester was trying so hard to sign
Him
him.
and Soyuncu would have been a rock.
Yeah. But great for Liverpool though, because Liverpool obviously trying to retain the title again, so winning games against Sheffield is a must. Southampton 2, Everton 0. Obviously, Everton with the red card. Regardless of the red card, Southampton were unbelievable.
First half.
Great game.
See,
I'm
Ralph,
shocked.
yeah, Ralph Hasenhuttl.
Bro.
Oh, so
When he
shocked.
gets it right, boy, does he
Yeah,
get it
yeah,
right.
he gets it right, 100%. But I do think a lot of it was down to Everton. James Rodriguez, obviously, he was uncertain to play the game. Started half of James Rodriguez, if he's not 100%, shouldn't be playing
Yeah.
because there was no point in him being on the field. It was as if they had 10 men. Well, it was as if they had 9 men. Didn't provide nothing. Wasn't amazing. Nothing there. Midfield was very mediocre against Southampton, and they had
Who's
Allen and
missing?
Decore. I don't know. Maybe they needed Andre Gomez in there. I don't know. You know how you spoke about Dominic Calvert-Lewin being the most important player for Everton at one time? I think it's Richarlison. I think Richarlison might be their most important player.
Maybe because for Calvert-Lewin, yeah, if Richarlison's gone, there's less questions posed.
Yeah.
Calvert-Lewin plays with people that like support him.
Calvert-Lewin, because Calvert-Lewin doesn't control games. Calvert-Lewin is a bagsman. So his
Fox in the box.
Yeah, he's a fox in the box. So his job is to score goals. You can't expect him to pick up the ball from not necessarily the halfway line, but in between. And do you know what I mean? That's what Richarlison does. Richarlison gets down to nitty gritty stuff. Do you know what I mean? And they missed that against a team like Southampton because Southampton know how to play football. There's no doubt of that. Ward-Prowse, unbelievable game. How long until he's back in the England squad? That's a big shout.
All
Ward-Prowse,
the lumps they got at
Yeah.
they need a set piece taker.
like he had a great game. Redmond had a good game as well. Obviously, Danny Ings kind of being Danny Ings in the most respectful way possible is the BTEC Harry Kane because when he's not scoring goals, he's providing.
He's a bagsman still.
And there's no denying that. Like I said earlier, Danny Ings, wonderful footballer. I just think Southampton had an absolute. They played a blinder.
When they're
Great
in form,
game.
they're a prickly side.
Great.
Thing is, though, I don't think England want to take a chance on a Southampton striker after Ricky Lambert.
I leave Ricky alone. But yeah,
Visa was terror for a season.
now, remember how we were saying, I don't know if I said it on the podcast, but I definitely said it to you lot. I said that if Everton get a result against Southampton without Richarlison and with, well, I thought initially no James, but obviously half of James,
They're going to be a problem.
yeah, going to be a problem. They weren't a problem. So does this kind of
Oh, I don't
take
you were right
away?
when you were last here. You were right.
Yeah, so
Injuries.
remember what you said in your...
Yeah.
So maybe that is the case. Maybe Everton aren't Premier League ready. Well, no, they're Premier
I
League
don't
ready,
think-
but Champion ready.
As of right now, respectfully, no one is Premier League ready.
No one is Premier League
No
ready.
one.
No. But I think Everton have been humbled.
Yeah.
They've been humbled. And
I think you need that wake up call though.
yeah,
Sometimes like
Oh, yeah.
6 games in.
yeah,
You need that wake up call.
The
definitely.
quicker you get out of the way, though,
Yeah.
Because if it happens,
you kick it into gear.
See, but this is now is the best time for Everton to bounce back, but bounce back in a very strong and dominant way. Do you know what I mean?
Because otherwise, you get to a point in your season and then you go, when?
Exactly. I think this was the second game of the Sunday. We had Wolves 1, Newcastle 1. another game.
Expected.
Like it's just whatever, innit? Late Murphy free kick, if I'm not mistaken.
Newcastle remind me of the old Burnley. You don't know which one are going to turn up.
Oh, listen, but I think Burnley. Oh, I don't even want to talk about Burnley.
Burnley should not be a Premier League side.
Yeah, Burnley should.
Them or Stoke.
Yeah, Stoke. Yeah.
I'd rather a Stoke. It feels more Premier League-ish.
But do you know what I mean? Like Newcastle, that team, like you don't know like which one you're playing.
Yeah, but if you get rid of Steve Bruce and put an actual decent manager in there, then they'll be a good side. But the players they've got, they should be, you know what I mean, like up there, 10th maybe.
But then again, they go off the fans.
Yeah, they are a very fan-driven club, and that's the thing. Like you said, the talent in that squad is good. Like they've got a very good squad, but it just seems, you know, it's with Newcastle as well. Some weeks they'll score 3 goals, and then other weeks they'll struggle to score 1. You like you said, you just don't know what Newcastle you're going to get. However, we don't know what Wolves we're going to get these days either. Wolves have not been great.
Yeah.
Obviously, a team that's playing had Europa League football.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And now they're just looking like a mediocre
side.
Yeah, mediocre side. How much of it is down to Jota leaving? I don't think it's that much, because obviously Pedro Neto, he's decent. I'm not the biggest fan of him, but he's a good player. Podence, I'm a big fan of. He's a great player. You still got Jimenez. He's probably one of the top.
Out.
See, I think that's what, and
But it's like a lot of teams in general.
but I think this is the whole City thing. I think Wolves should have invested a bit more. I think they should have maybe reinforced a bit more. That midfield maybe needs some fresh legs. Moutinho, Neves, maybe.
You need a few players that don't play international football.
Yeah, and then obviously the whole midfield, all of them play international football. Everyone plays international football, literally.
For the same team.
Yeah, and they've got a lot of games to get through as well. So, do you think they'll eventually pick up though, or do you think it'll be?
No. The thing is, certain teams will get more burnt out than them, and again, I think because they have that cohesion of most of them playing in the same international squad and so on, I think that'll help them a little bit more.
Yeah, because they need to pick up. Because when Wolves are good, Wolves are very good.
I think just need a good Christmas party.
I think we all need a bloody good Christmas party after the year we've had.
I'm gonna have one over Zoom.
Yeah. Well, what are you saying? You screaming lockdown Zoom? Bloody hell.
No.
And then Arsenal, Leicester City. Leicester managed to come out on top 1-0 through
It's a good
Vardy.
game plan by Rodgers. He set up shop until Vardy came on.
Yeah. Once again, though, it wasn't a great game. I think both teams are very similar in ability. No disrespect. I think they're quite equally matched. Obviously, Arsenal not very creative. Neither is Leicester.
I was saying, I used to give a lot of praise to Arteta in the way he used to change the tactics up.
Yeah.
Whatever, especially against certain teams, like he'd be a little bit of a lower block. But recently he's been struggling to find the balance of lower block, counter-attacking football and that cutting edge of getting that goal.
Yeah.
And especially against a team like Leicester who haven't got a Vardy, you need to have that onus to be on them straight away.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
He just doesn't want to. He just want to concede. That's all it is.
Yeah.
You don't want to concede a goal.
But this
He's
is why.
too scared to.
But this is the thing.
Which is why how we're not going to score goals.
But this is why the main topic of the podcast is the whole thing. Chelsea's going through the same thing. Yeah. Chelsea are at that point now where they don't want to concede goals, but they're suffering attackively because of that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But how much is Arsenal's lack of scoring or lack of creativity down to Aubameyang pretty much being non-existent?
I said the other day he shouldn't be put on the left anymore.
Who you think back up top?
Central. Because I know Martinelli's injured.
Confidence.
Worst thing is if Martinelli comes back into the squad and he's fit and ready to score, he's going to go on that left.
Yeah.
But for some reason, when you have William playing Aubameyang and Pepe central, I don't get that. It doesn't make sense.
How I just don't understand. If you have an out-and-out striker and you have a winger, but you decide to put the winger up front and a striker on the wing, how does that make any sense?
But on top of that,
you might be seeing something in training that.
For me,
no, bro, you don't know, you're not there. Like there could be something.
What brings my next point, which will make you think about it? Why isn't Ozil getting looking? If you need goals,
but that's
something.
That's beyond ability. That's beyond football. That's obviously, bro. He's literally become a Twitter pundit. Yeah. He's all predicting scores and saying that my man's going to score. He said Maddison was going to score for Leicester. Like, bro, I think
he knows his career's done over there.
But you know what it is? I think with Ozil right now, is he's trying to get the fans on his side.
Yep.
He wants the fans to be the club. Mm-hmm. So he wants all the Arsenal fans to be Ozil fans and to start hating Arsenal.
I don't even think it's that.
I can't see it being any other way.
The way it is, he's just there. Arsenal offered him a contract, he's picking up his paycheck.
No, I completely disagree with that.
I think ever since he spoke out against China,
it's not his fault.
He's not playing 23 games.
Bro, he's he's not even training, bro. Like he's not training with the team.
He got taken up the Premier League squad, and then like as soon as he spoke about China and like what they're doing with Muslims, whatever.
Listen,
it's
it's
everything went south.
Yeah, everything's beyond football. Everything's
Yeah.
beyond football. Like with Özil, and the thing is as well is, regardless of the performances he's had in recent times, he's still one of the most creative footballers on the planet, and he could play for a lot of clubs.
Yeah.
And imagine having a player like that in your squad and not taking advantage.
Yeah, he's
of
been
that.
treated horribly.
Yeah, 100%.
Horribly.
100%. And it's not even for a negative cause.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? If anything, he's bringing light to a negative situation.
It's the club's fault for giving him that contract in the first place. Should
But-
have just let him go and let him go to Italy or
It was
something
either
like that.
keep him or keep Alexis. He decided to stay. Alexis decided to go. You know what I mean? So it's just like at one point you're going to keep one or the other for the same contract. That same contract, someone was getting it. It's whoever took it.
I'd rather have Alexis.
Yeah, I know, but he wants to leave. One of them was going to get the
Wait, so
contract.
you'd rather have someone that actually wanted to leave over someone that actually wanted to stay?
Yeah.
See,
Doesn't make sense.
I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right.
You
Because
want people to think about
if the club turned around to Özil tomorrow and was like, you're back in the squad, you're playing on the weekend, Özil is going to fucking play a blinder. I
Yeah.
promise you.
You're
I
gonna get it.
promise you. Alexis Sanchez, no. Bro, Alexis Sanchez ain't even getting a run in that inner.
When he's at Arsenal, he was like, I think I'm as good as Ronaldo's Messi. That ego's there, like he won't want to play, kind of thing. Like, you know what I mean? It's just whatever.
But bringing it back to Leicester and Arsenal, and obviously the way the teams have been, and that result, one thing I'd definitely say is, or the one question I definitely have for you guys is, what's going on in both clubs? Because Leicester finished off goal difference in the Champions League last season.
Fifth, yeah.
Yeah.
Arsenal was way below that.
Okay, so
what's going wrong?
in my opinion, so I'll give you a point for each. With Arsenal is no creativity. Remember what I said about the Partey and Aouar situation? What has Partey brought to that Arsenal squad
Yeah,
so
you're right.
far? Nothing.
And Ceballos hasn't been doing much.
Exactly. Aouar, they should have signed Aouar. They've got that. They don't have that creative midfielder. They do in Özil, but obviously he don't play. They're lacking in creativity. They need someone to give the ball to Aubameyang so Aubameyang can do what he knows best, which is score goals. No one's
Are
providing
they
that.
missing a centre back?
No, no. Defensively,
Forget about the defence.
Defensively, funnily enough, you're right. With Leicester haven't invested. Leicester have had the same team for the past 2-3 years. Maddison has not come back the same person. Maddison is
Again, another guy that's picked up a bump contract.
yeah. He's not looking half of the player he has been recently. Obviously, Vardy's been out injured. Yeah, I just think Leicester haven't invested. Leicester needs some fresh faces. Leicester needs some more. Do you know what I mean? Some more oomph in that squad, and they haven't done that. And they're suffering
Changes
from it.
looks good.
Yeah.
Changes looks good.
But it's only a matter of time before he actually, do you know what I mean, starting for the team. Other than that, not to say Maddison's the problem, but they need that creative midfielder to make the game tick. Because remember, Maddison's great. Do you know what I mean? It's both clubs are literally the same situation. I think they're equally.
Yeah.
They're on the same level. They're both lacking creativity. They have goal scorers. Wasn't Aubameyang top goal scorer last season? No, he lost.
It was,
No,
it was
no.
Ings, no?
The Vardy got to go to the
Yeah, it was Vardy. Yeah, but Aubameyang was chasing
like
for so
two
long.
away.
Exactly. So they had two of the highest goal scorers last season. So scoring goals isn't the problem. It's the creativity. That's my opinion.
No, you're spot on.
Chateau was like, in order to that, not everyone was able to spend like Chelsea was because of the whole
Yeah,
COVID
yeah,
thing, which is
100%.
why it's a little bit tougher. No one's really had a
100%.
pre-season
Yeah.
to go over new ideas, and
Yeah.
it's tough. So everyone's going through that transitional period where they can raise the funds and.
Do you think Arsenal's put their trust in the wrong people upstairs?
I don't
That's
know.
a tough one
I don't
to
know.
say.
I don't really know what's
I don't
the situation.
agree with them how it's running and all that, but it's got nothing to do with them. It's about the players on the pitch.
Yeah,
I do understand, but obviously you make investments, obviously you want them to do well. However, were they the right investments? at the
Stop
right
relying
time?
on agents for your players that just because they're your mate.
I generally think that some agents do come up to this club and just go, we can offer it to you
Who
for
was
this
that?
price, whatever, for a certain fee.
Edu's friend's agent. Who's the other guy that runs? That we got 5 people in.
Saul.
There's
whatever, yeah.
basically 3 of them have got friends who are like big boy agents,
Yeah.
and we just take the players that come from them.
Okay, yeah.
So obviously it comes
So,
down to
so
players.
instead of looking for players or like having a
They're disregarding the scouting team.
they're coming to you basically, essentially.
Well, half
Yeah.
the scouting team got sacked. Well, the academy ones did.
Okay, yeah.
So
I'm
you
following.
see-
I didn't know the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you come to a point where they come offer you a player, just obviously, but They go, give me a chunk of the money.
Yeah.
But
This is how it works.
Yeah, of course, and obviously they probably took a cut of it themselves anyway. But what it is as well, they've now, which is a good positive thing, they've given Mikel the actual manager role. It's no longer a head coach, so hopefully we see.
He has a say in the players he's signing.
Now hopefully we see a difference. But we'll see.
But was Partey and Arteta signing though?
I doubt it. No, it was a panic buy.
Well, there was
He was a panic buy.
there was 2 targets. It was Partey and Aouar.
Alright, cool. So the story that's coming out of Atletico was they were going to send Torreira out there on loan.
Yeah, but then what we done, we were supposed to, we should have discussed him inside the same deal, but we never.
But what they did was send
Straight to-
lawyers up to the La Liga office.
Yeah.
28 minutes before the windows about to shut.
And then just paid his clause. So therefore he was no longer an Atletico
Yeah,
player.
it was no
So he was a
longer.
free agent. So he could have just signed for Arsenal.
Yeah,
Just like that.
yeah.
Basically, we done Atletico Day.
Yeah. And I
Which
think,
means I don't think they'll ever do
yeah,
business that way again.
business is
That's a
sour.
bridge cut.
Worst thing is, but same thing with City and Napoli because Jorginho was supposed to go to City. And it was
Yeah.
almost a done deal until.
So Lazio and
Yeah.
City as well, or with David Silva.
Wow.
Yeah, but then no, because David Silva was a free agent.
Yeah, it was
it
his
was
choice.
David Silva that was just like fuck Lazio, I'm going to Sociedad.
Yeah.
Let's finish off these last 2 games. I don't think there's much to talk about.
He was literally, he done his medical and then he left, didn't he?
Yeah.
He did the pictures, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was think he just decided to go Sociedad.
So he still signed the contract. He did everything except for the contract.
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't blame him actually.
Monday night football, Brighton 1, West Brom 1. Brighton the far better side once again, but conceding. I don't think Brighton will go down, but I understand why people had their doubts. We heard on the radio the other day that one, I think it was a certain fan, he was like, he thinks Brighton's going to go down. I get that because they can't hold the lead. And you need to win games, and Brighton are not doing that regardless of
Ben
playing.
It was
White.
a Burnley fan that
Needy.
said that as
Yeah,
well.
it was a
That was
Burnley
the
fan.
to
Yeah,
cry.
he thought Brighton was going to go down before Burnley.
Yeah, no, Ben White's looking meaty.
You're not rating him. I think he's been alright. There's been moments I think he's been alright. I've got nothing to think. I think Lamptey at this point is literally carrying the squad. Everything has to go through Lamptey.
When he burns out, they're going to be in
Yeah,
big trouble.
everything has
Big
to.
trouble.
And another thing, do you know what I think it's down to as well? Maupay needs 100 chances to score a goal.
Yeah.
If he could score every chance that was given to him, Brighton would be top of the league.
Plus, he's so cocky once he scores a goal.
Yeah,
People want to get
he is a bit of
over.
a prick. Yeah, he is a bit of a prick, and that doesn't help him one bit.
That's a team that needs to invest in maybe 1 or 2 players.
Yeah, they need to invest. Yeah, they do need to invest. Obviously, West Brom, another point for them. They're not playing great.
Yeah, Slaven Bilic is really angry with the board.
Oh, really?
Because there's a centre back, I can't remember his name. It's 33 anyway, it doesn't matter, but he was sold.
Higazi
Yeah.
went to Saudi Arabia.
He was sold behind
Yeah.
Slaven Bilic's back.
Yeah.
And
And they signed Cavendish.
sour right
Yeah.
now. Like apparently, like he might leave. Like it's looking bad.
Yeah.
So obviously, if his relationship right now behind the scenes, the performances on the pitch won't
Yeah.
be great.
If he leaves,
They're in
going
trouble.
down.
Yeah.
They're in big trouble. But do you know what's crazy about West Brom as well? I watched that game as well. West Brom is so weird because their midfield, yeah. So the only defensive midfielder they play is Livermore, yeah. Other than that, they play Diangana, Matheus Pereira, Conor Gallagher, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it's one more. And obviously they play Carlin Grant up top. Bro, they play a lot of attackers, you know. That's a very attacking side. It's literally 5 up front, 5 at the back. But they just can't. They don't create. And Matheus Pereira, very creative footballer. Diangana, very able footballer. Conor Gallagher, it doesn't seem as if it's working. Do you know what I mean? You're playing all these attackers and you're just not scoring enough goals. Do you know what I mean? So, I do think if Bilic goes, it's long. It's very long for them.
Plus, they got a championship level striker. If that.
Yeah. That obviously does. And it's
Should
not even
not be
that.
in the Prem.
And it's off the bench. They have Robinson, who scored 2 against Chelsea, but he's not great.
Robinson
And
can't-
Matt Phillips.
And they got Kyle Edwards that plays in the wing.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, like
It's not great.
It's not great. It's not great, especially in the Prem. And Brighton should have got the win, but you know, obviously football's football. Great goal by Grant, though. Fair play to him. It was a very good finish, but yeah.
He's one of those players. Like once he gets a chance, he'll put it away.
Yeah, but bro, yeah. Obviously, in terms of the table, let me double check. Where's the bloody points? Bear with me, guys. So in terms of the table, Brighton 5 points, West Brom 3, Burnley, Sheffield, Fulham 1 point. So they're having a stinker. Like it's poor. It's poor on the lower end.
Sheffield United.
Yeah, stinker. And then finally, obviously, we had Spurs. They overcame Burnley 1-0 late on. Harry Kane, best player in the Prem, goal line clearance and the assist to Son. That partnership just seems to be blossoming and blossoming and blossoming. I'm surprised they don't live together at this point. Like
he gave Poch the credit.
Yeah, I saw that.
I gotta give Mourinho, like, once he finds a team's strengths,
he's back on Instagram.
It's over.
Is it?
Instagram is the most entertaining.
So funny,
in the world.
He's good.
He's entertaining as well.
So good.
He's gonna become a meme soon.
Yeah.
He carried like 3 Europa League balls, and he was like.
Yeah, I saw that picture. I saw it on Twitter.
So yeah, and then obviously he had one the other day where he was in the Burnley change room.
And they were like, something about players being on their phones, and he was just looking at the camera like, and then all the players were on their phones after the win.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is though? I do think Mourinho's finding this happiness a bit again though.
Yeah. Once he's happy and he finds a team's strengths.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I think it's like I do stand by the whole thing. Do you know what it is? I do think Mourinho still wants to play that very negative football. But when you have Harry Kane, Son, Gareth Bale, Lucas Moura, Bergwijn. Like you can't.
When he was like at Inter or something, or he had like Chelsea had Drogba, Robert.
Yeah, like you'll still have that attacking essence.
Yeah.
So I think he has sort of found the balance.
Yeah.
There's still things to improve on, but
Even on a bad day, sometimes it's like you can score, but we'll score more.
yeah, exactly. So, but with that being said, though, only 1-0 against Burnley, 3-3 against
Yeah,
West
but those
Ham.
are the games
so,
that half time it was 0-0.
Yeah.
Twitter was trending 1-0 Burnley. I click on it. They said, I've watched Spurs long enough to know this is 1-0 Burnley, 89th minute winner. The fact that Tottenham didn't lose 1-0 and they won 1-0 is something different for them.
Yeah.
Like, it's a win that they wouldn't usually get.
Remember, it is hard to go to Burnley. As well.
Yeah,
It's hard.
exactly.
Plus, he's found his time to play each team with that team. So,
Yeah.
So now he knows.
I think
so he sits in his office and slaves away now.
Props to Mourinho as well, because I do think he probably has a good relationship with Levy, and they have a good backup. You know.
Yeah.
Like in each position, they've got some good players. Like what if Bell don't play, Lucas Moura plays? Do you know what I mean? If I know it's hard to replace Harry Kane, but if Harry Kane don't play, you've got Vinicius. If Son don't play, you've got Bergwijn. Do you know what I mean? Like there's loads of
The
options.
Vinicius guy, he's decent.
He's a good player. He's a very good player.
Ericsson wants to come back as well.
I love the way he drops off
Because he's not been getting game time at Inter, and like one of the options for him to come back to Tottenham. Tottenham fans are slightly against it because
Of course.
they said he wants to
walked
leave.
out?
Yeah, he wants to leave. Now you want to come back, kind of thing. But
I watched him in the game today. He did nothing.
Yeah.
But but this is the whole Conte thing, and this is why Chelsea fans got fed up. It's pragmatic football. It's very like
To be fair,
one dimensional.
When it's good, but when it's bad, it's
so he got bought on 73rd minute, and instead of like coming up with the attack, what he was doing, he was sitting back and just going one pass. And I was just like, come on, do something.
And it's not even that. With Inter as well, because they know Lukaku is their superior footballer.
Yeah.
Well, not their superior footballer, but that's their point of reference.
Yeah.
Over the top, over the top, over the top.
And it was
over the
working
top,
first half.
over the top. And do you know who's disappointed me? Hakimi is not the same player that was at Dortmund. He just doesn't seem like he's there.
now because when he was at Dortmund, he was allowed free roll.
It just doesn't seem as if he's there, not to say they're struggling, but they don't seem as if they're there yet. But luckily for them, a lot of teams in the Serie A right now are not there. AC Milan's top of the league.
Right,
That says a lot.
I think they're my new second team.
I can't lie, Conte was on his bench today like this, climbing. He brought on Darmian.
Yeah, he brought down. No, 100%. He did.
Bro, he was looking to his bench and just going, just warm up, please.
Yeah.
To every player.
Yeah, they had no ideas. However, Shakhtar were playing 6 at the back. Their formation was 6-3-1 at one point. Like it was.
But what they were doing is Shakhtar would hit them on the counter, and then obviously what they'll do is hack them back or whatever, and then yellow card.
It's hard to.
Vidal got a card for not actually having contact with
that
just
was
because
crazy.
he missed out on one that he actually should have been a card.
Yeah. No, but the referee had a stink of that game. We mentioned that earlier. The referee had an absolute stink.
But it worked for them against Real Madrid, so they thought, why not?
Even
Twice, actually, 4 points playing Inter and Real Madrid. I would take that.
Even the commentator was like, just take the card because you should have got the card for the other one. But because he was so protesting, he was like, go to the screen, go to the screen. It's because really and truly, he was coming to the last 15 and Conte's already asked his replacement to warm up. He was like, no, I want to stay on the pitch. So he was protesting it.
They had a little interchange, Conte and Vidal on the pitch. Do you know? It's mad. And do you know who's kind of been a bit disappointing as well? Is like Barella. We expected so much from Barella, and he's not really like. Do you know what I mean? Like he should have been subbed off a lot sooner for Eriksen, but Eriksen didn't come on and do much anyway. So, but then again, though, as a creative footballer, do you want to go play for Inter Milan? Not really. They don't really.
I'll tell you how
boring
the game was. I was watching on BT Sport, and they were talking about Vidal's haircut, and they were saying how he gets a haircut every day. They mentioned it 4 times.
There you go.
Nah, because I saw you on Twitter talking about the Inter game. I was like, I kept switching on for the first 10 minutes. I was like, no, the Bayern game's always better. Bayern are already 1-0 up, and then because Locomotive, I said it before, they would not social distance in that game. The fans were there, like it was basically like a normal game, and it was Locomotive could have beaten Bayern. They just long balled it, and because they play such a high line, or 1-on-1 kind of thing, and I think this is the game to watch kind of thing.
To be fair, I switched onto it, and then it's because the first 10 minutes, Shakhtar had them by the neck, and then Inter grew into the game, and they should have been 2 up by half time. So it got to that point, but back to the subject, of course.
Yeah, but you know, okay. Before we go on to our main event, I think football's suffering a bit at the moment. I think it's a lot of games. Players are feeling it, and the quality, the standard is dropping quite a bit. So, obviously, you have to keep up with the schedule, innit? So I think football's going to be a bit up and down for the time being, but players just have to get through it, do you know what I mean?
I think every sort of country deserves a 1-week winter break.
Yeah, 100%. I think
players can't continue like this going into a Euros.
Yeah, there's no chance. I think it's just going to be too much football. Like, if anything, and this is why I think the Premier League is so unpredictable at the moment, is because the clubs that don't have to play midweek technically have the upper hand. Because Chelsea will play Man United on Saturday, Krasnodar on Wednesday, and then have to play again on Saturday or Sunday. Do you know what I mean? That's a lot of football.
Exactly.
Whereas, I don't know who they're playing, but say for example they play off the top of my head, give me a team. They play Southampton, for example. Southampton played 1 game, whilst they played 2 extra.
Southampton are a very energetic side.
Exactly.
They're going to run you into the ground.
Exactly. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. And obviously you're only allowed a certain amount of players in your squad. You know what I mean? So unless your rotation is brilliant, and the thing is you don't go out there to lose. So you need to play your best teams as many times as you can. So, but I do think football's in a weird place right now. Obviously,
I do think though, watching the Spurs documentary or whatever, I do think Mourinho will have the upper edge on that. Because sometimes,
I agree.
Because sometimes what he does with his squad was give them like a day off, or give them like a basketball session.
It's not even that. Look at Spurs' bench. Bro, they have players that can easily win games, you know what I mean? You have Bale on the bench, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, Bale can start a game for you. He can start in Europe if they have to, do you know what I mean?
Plus, Mourinho, he knows what he needs to do, kind of thing. I think that I always had it in the back of my mind, Tottenham might get a top 4 finish, like, this year.
Speaking of Bale, why do we think that he's not being brought on when they need a goal?
It's too early. I think it's still too early, I think he obviously has the potential to either create or score that goal, but I think it's just...
On top of that,
he has to settle in.
Yeah, I think he's still easing.
We figured that while that round with Bale's been kind of injury prone, so if you rush him back too quickly,
he's
losing for longer than you wanted him to come on, kind of
100%. I think it's only a matter of time before either Bale starts actually starting games, or do you know what I mean?
Could work.
It'll be time. But let's get on to our main event. We've been talking for a while, but this is pretty much the last thing we'll talk about. So, like I said earlier, you lot are all going to be represented in your clubs. I just have a set of questions, and I'm just going to say them, and then you lot just say you lot's piece on your club, add in whatever you like. If there's anything that obviously spirals off it, we'll go from there. But my first question is, this is going straight into the deep end. What is the main issues at your club right now?
Fear of failure.
Fear of failure, fair enough.
I'd agree on that for Arsenal.
I do think the reason why I have this like big topic as well is because I think all 3 of those clubs are in the same predicament. They're all in the same situation. They're not playing attractive football, very boring football. However, maybe bar Man United, they're quite defensively astute. So like they have been defending well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So is creativity one of the biggest issues at at you lot's clubs, like
for you lot, it shouldn't be creativity.
no, it shouldn't be
Players you got.
creativity. It shouldn't be creativity. It shouldn't be creativity. I think with Chelsea, it might be in front of goal. I think they just can't score goals.
I think just once those floodgates open, we don't need to be in discussion, but I think it's a worrying sign. Like it should be talked about. Like,
Yeah.
should be looked at, because something's not right here.
Yeah.
It isn't right. Because how can we have 60-70% of the ball and not have any output? It's like sorry ball over again. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, so
I think for us it's squad depth and obviously a manager that knows how to utilise players that do come in.
I think United have the best squad depth out of all of us.
I
Against
got-
Chelsea, you bought a Pogba, Cavani, you have Van der Beek who's just hugging that bench as of right now. Like, I don't know why he's not getting a look in.
I do get that, but obviously you need a manager that knows when to
Okay, yeah.
switch and go. Alright, cool. It's that time. I'm going to bring on this player.
Yeah.
Go warm up. Or you need that man management to go. Alright, cool. For this game, I'm going to start this player,
Yeah.
and so on and so on. However, I do think in certain positions we are so thin.
Yeah.
And so one of those positions being left back.
Yeah.
I think left back was so poor, and it's got to the point where I can just see as soon as we kick off, it's going straight there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what as a good team, you have to attack another team's weaknesses.
Yeah,
if you know that United's weakness is the left back, you're gonna go through that side. Do you know
But
what I mean?
obviously, being one of 20 teams, you've got 19 teams to play twice over. If they
Yeah.
know your weaknesses and they're going over
It's
there,
long. Yeah, it's long.
Yeah, but then
It's long.
if I was a winger and I see Wan-Bissaka, I'd much rather take a Luke Shaw. Or
it got to the point where he was playing PSG and Mbappe went down that wing so many times he's gone switch it.
Yeah.
Because he got to the point where he was like, we're not going to get Joey down this side. Let's go down the other side.
Yeah.
If it weren't for De Gea, that whole thing, Wan-Bissaka pocketing Mbappe would have been the thing, because there was one time where Mbappe could have rifled it top corner.
Yeah.
If it weren't for De Gea.
Yeah.
So
But it gets to that point. But again, I also genuinely think that centre backs is also our weak thing at the minute.
Yeah.
Maguire, oh my god! But obviously he's going through some stuff. Whatever, cool. Take him out the team. But you replace him with someone as equally as good as him, or someone that can do a job.
He's not
at
good
this
enough.
time.
Sorry to cut you. He's just not good enough. Period. In my opinion.
At one point he was. At one point it was, which justified someone from upstairs to sign an £80 million sterling cheque for him.
Panic buy, in my opinion.
Oh, no, it might have been. It might have been.
Yeah.
But at that time, you got to also think to yourself, who else was available at that point?
Yeah, no, you are right. You're right.
Yeah.
And you needed an English player and all that. Yeah, I understand
Yeah.
that. But
You
still,
play English tax on him. Otherwise, someone of his ability with that sort of experience, you're paying what, 60?
I would have rather given the Caddy boys a chance.
Yeah, but what happens if you don't have anything?
No, we did
coming out
that.
of
We
the academy?
went down that route. We had Tyler Blackett once upon a time.
with Manchester United,
Do you know what I mean?
with Manchester United, I've always had the same opinion about them, especially from last season when they came back from the restart and they were blitzing teams. This is and that. I always said with Ole,
He was energized.
yeah, I always said with Ole, however, you cannot keep playing Bruno Fernandes every game. You can't keep playing the same front three every game. Bruno Fernandes played non-stop with Sporting, came in January, played non-stop with United.
Mhm.
I'm thinking next season he won't be able to get away with that. It will not happen, and the same thing's happened
I'm
again.
glad he goes to the Euros in Portugal.
Yeah, and the same thing happens again where because with Ole, whenever something works for him, it's a smart thing. You go with what works for you, kind of thing. But sometimes you need to switch it up, like with him. But he doesn't know when to.
You can
Yeah.
predict his XI
Yeah.
every week now.
So
Yeah.
that's the thing with United. They know what their best 11 is,
Yeah.
and the problem for us and Chelsea is we don't know who our
Yeah,
best 11 is.
Exactly.
It's also different because we're good defensively. We're not good offensively. They're the other way around.
That's why
We're in the same boat as
Tottenham
you.
spanked us, because Mourinho knew the club inside out.
Yeah.
He-
And he wanted to show them level. as
No,
well.
Mourinho exploited Man United differently. He
He
knew
knew.
exactly what he was doing.
He knew what he was doing.
Because remember, United didn't lose a defender. United never lost a midfielder. They lost Martial.
Yeah.
So in theory, you shouldn't concede 6 goals.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Maybe not scoring goals, one thing, but to concede 6,
Yeah.
Mourinho knew what he was doing.
But it
He-
could have been
he knew
2-3-1
exactly.
when it was 11v11.
Yeah.
Like, he knew, it was going to be a rout anyway.
100%. 100%. So what are you saying for Arsenal? Obviously, you kind of touched upon not knowing your best XI, creativity.
Yeah, not knowing that, the lack of creativity. We're defensively we're sound, but we play too negative. I did mention it last week about the City game. There's just it just looks like they don't want to go and attack. Like you guys at least have some spurts of going forwards.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah.
We just don't want to go forward, and when we do have the chance, like going back to the City game again, putting in balls to Aubameyang. Okay, fair enough, he's playing out on the left, but when he does veer into the middle, it's all half-eyed. Like jumping up and not even going for a header.
He needs. You know what he needs? He needs to score a goal or two soon, so he can build up.
Yeah,
that
but he needs to be
confidence
put,
again.
like you said, he needs to be put in the right position to do that.
But I don't understand why Aubameyang's not being thrown up in that striker position. Anyway, you got Saka. Just play Saka on the left. Aubameyang up front. Play
Because
Willian on the right.
Arteta sees him more as a left back or wing back, whatever you want to call it.
I don't know.
I don't know why, because he's not the best defensively.
Yeah.
Unless he's trying
And
to
it's
go.
like you got Teeny now.
Exactly.
As well.
Unless he's trying to go for that whole, what's his name? That Trent Alexander-Arnold kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we're not that kind of team.
Yeah.
Like I've seen spurts of where we have tried to be like that. We've tried to be defensive. We tried to be. It's like we've gone to different clubs and say, yeah, we're going to pick a bit of you for one game.
Yeah.
Now we're going to play like this team this week.
Yeah.
But now we're trying to play our own way. It's not nice to watch.
I think with you lot and Chelsea as well is there's no identity. You haven't figured out.
It's a rough time.
Yeah, exactly. But if you look at, for example, going back to the FA Cup final when we beat you lot, we had no identity there. If you wanted to put an identity on it, it was play for win.
Yeah.
Play rough
100%.
Football.
Exactly.
Play rough.
Yeah.
Play dirty.
You're not even doing
Get
that.
the goal. We're not even doing
Yeah.
that.
No, you're right.
That's what Arteta was doing well. And I thought, you know what, it's looking good for this season. I think we could challenge for Champions League.
Wins, that's what I liked about
But that's what I
don't.
don't. Listen, back in the day with Arsene Wenger, it was lovely to see pretty football, passing around.
But there was a point when you lot weren't winning.
But exactly, we had to change. We went for change.
Yeah.
Got worse with Emery, even though he still deserved a little bit more time.
But you saw spurts where it was great, but then there was a lot of time.
Yeah, exactly.
It does wear off after a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, playing for a new manager and just trying to prove yourself.
But when you're coming into the dressing room, doing all the thing, coronavirus, all of that, come back and you start off flying, you win the FA Cup. Alright, fair enough, it's only the FA Cup. But fuck me, the performances they were putting in, even though it wasn't nice to watch, they got wins and they scored a couple goals. It was the whole 1-0 to the Arsenal thing again.
Yeah.
Now it's coming to the new season. It's gone from where we were here to we're looking good. We could go up there to now be going rock bottom, and it's not nice to watch. I don't care about playing pretty football because you're not in an academy, not teaching kids how to play football.
Yeah.
You want wins. You want 3 points every week.
Yeah.
I say throw it all out the window.
Well,
go for the Europa League. And then go through because you guys have not been in the Champions League for that long. I think it's time. Look, a club like Arsenal needs Champions League football.
Yeah, I do.
We do, and we all need Champions League football here. But I think how we're all performing now, I only think probably one of us will get Champions League football. I don't know who. I have a rough idea who it might be, but I'm not 100% certain. But I think only one club out of our 3 clubs all here now.
But across the last 5 years, we've all spent time out of it. You guys have spent the longest time out of it.
I know, and we was the longest in it at one stage.
Yeah, that's literally it. That leads me on to who will finish on top.
Oh,
I don't know.
it's so unpredictable.
I have a feeling it'll be them, Chelsea. If not, I don't want to sound biased. I honestly think it's me. I can't see you lot coming back. I don't know why.
If you don't invest in general, I don't think United are going to get Champions League.
We've got that. Was it Diallo coming in as a winger in January?
Is he going to get game time though?
He's going to get thrown
No,
straight
he
in.
will.
He'll get thrown straight in because he's already playing for Atalanta at first team level.
But do you think he's like what you're missing though?
No.
Do you think you need someone like that?
No. But again, it's got to come down to the point where if you don't sign a defender, you got to outscore him.
There you go.
You got to outscore him.
I think, weirdly enough, it probably...
Sorry to interrupt. You're going down our route.
Yeah.
You need a defender. You're buying an attacker. You're buying an attacker.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, I do think it might be Chelsea because we've bought an experience in Thiago Silva who might just get us over that finish line. I know you're thinking like, how's that going to get us to score goals kind of thing, but with Edouard Mendy, we shot at the defence. Going back to the roots, you could bring in Oli Giroud maybe.
I was going to say, Chelsea, as mad as this may sound, bearing in mind you just spent however much money, I think Chelsea's route back to goals is Olivier Giroud.
Yeah.
That's my honest opinion.
Because if he's not going to score, he's going to let someone else score. Kind of thing.
I do think Unit's tactic will be don't lose any points against the top 6.
Yeah.
And then try grind your way through the rest.
I don't know. As of right now, we don't know. But here's hoping that we pick up soon because I'm losing my mind.
That's the easiest way around it, though.
Yeah.
Because you lot could happily get a win against us. You lot could happily get a win against United.
Yeah.
Be a good game against Tottenham.
You get G'd up for the big boys and then obviously try grind your way through the rest.
But when it comes to lack of, what have you lot played Burnley? I don't know.
You
I don't
imagine
know.
Chelsea trying to score a goal against Burnley.
Yeah.
Turf Moor in winter. Horrible.
Could you imagine Chelsea trying to score a goal against Burnley? How are they going to do it? You think Werner could go up against them man at the back?
Nah.
Same as Everton, I think, as well.
Listen,
If you lot against Everton,
and this is what I'm saying, Giroud, who better to bring in to play those games than Giroud? You have the wingers to play. Do you know what I mean? Out wide, whip it into Giroud. Giroud can play with the ball at his feet.
Yeah.
Giroud can lay it off. Play 2 up top if you need to.
If you play 2 up top, Werner will eat.
I was gonna say, you might have to go to old school
4-4-2.
4-4-2.
Yeah, why not?
I don't know if I mentioned it last week.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not?
If
Ugly football,
Yeah.
but you grab some wins.
If Werner played with Giroud, I'm pretty sure it would be dangerous size for most defenders in the league. Giroud usually occupies so many people in link-up play. You would Werner needs a space in behind to run. And that's it. And Giroud could offer that a knock on or you know what I mean.
I think we need Pulisic and Ziyech to now start kicking in. I think that's going to be. I think Pulisic, we already know his ability. You know what I mean. I think Ziyech, once he starts kicking in,
apparently he's going to start this tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
later on today.
So
I just hope Cavani comes good.
Yeah, you lot. You have goals in Rashford and Martial, but it's still not an out-and-out striker, and it's not the same thing.
Nah, did you see that poach?
Yeah.
Like going in front.
He was scoring against Mendy, I'm telling you.
No. He hit the side net. That's the worst thing about it.
No, but the movement is there.
The movement.
proper striking.
That's what he's great at. Is with Tellez coming in, it might be a recipe for success.
It'll be good. That's what I'm saying. We were obviously talking about the Leipzig game today, or obviously today now, but we were talking about the Leipzig game. I think, if you already tried to attempt certain things, I do think Cavani should start. Weirdly enough, people might think I'm crazy. I think Cavani should start. I think if you try and play to his strengths against a team like Leipzig, remember,
Marcus was
German
rested,
teams-
by the way,
exactly,
he was suspended.
Exactly. German teams play very high lines. So if Cavani can exploit them spaces, which he has done numerous times before in his career, you could benefit from it.
Yeah.
But you lot have kind of was it strayed away from yours?
Yeah.
So go on, give me who you think is going to
So
finish
in
top.
order, I'm saying Chelsea. I think United might get it. Just knowing
I'm saying
them.
Chelsea, United, Arsenal.
Chelsea, United, Arsenal. But it's a toss-up within the next few games. It's going to be Arsenal, Chelsea,
Listen,
Arsenal.
you'd have to go game by game.
Yeah.
I think it will be in this order: Chelsea, Arsenal, United, or very unlikely maybe like a Arsenal.
Yeah, but as of right now, I have no idea, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll be totally honest.
Yeah.
The reason why I was saying Chelsea, United, Arsenal, they have the better squad at the minute. However,
100.
But one thing I'll definitely say, we've always come up against the odds.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
that's what I always thought about United.
always.
Every time I thought United get spanked, they never.
No, it's whenever Ole's job is on the line,
Yeah.
they'll pull off a man.
Turns the prime Alex Ferguson.
I don't get it. I don't
2002.
understand it. It always happens. Always happens.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I can't. Even though we're playing so negatively at the moment, I can't see us playing the same way for the next 6 games.
Wow.
If you play every game
I
like
can't
an
see
FA Cup final, you don't get Champions League.
You two playing against each other on the weekend as well.
It's going to be.
We'll come back.
interesting
Okay, cool. Clip this little segment we had. Was I think it'll be Arsenal, whatever, Chelsea, whatever, top 3, and then after the United Arsenal game, we're gonna revise it and whatever, and then we're gonna talk about it.
What do you honestly think is going to happen?
What, for that game?
Yeah.
That one I can't see a 0-0.
I can't see a 0-0 in it. I can't lie.
can't
There's Arsenal.
2-1 United.
I think 2-1 Arsenal or 2-0 Arsenal, like last year at the Emirates.
2-1 United, because there's one thing for sure, we have to concede. It's just part of our DNA.
Then Arsenal haven't been scoring, so
I don't think we're going to score. Unless we put Uber up front. If no Uber up front, no goal.
The worst thing is, do you know who I think is going to score?
Unless.
Pepe.
Unless
Probably.
maybe. Unless give Nketiah a chance up front.
I do think he's merited a chance still. If especially if you're going to carry on playing Aubameyang out left, I think the Nketiah should come.
Our young boys usually do well against United.
Stinky.
The worst thing is, I think they're going to go 1-0 up and going to get too late.
Wow.
I'll be a typical Arsenal man.
I think what's so crazy. All of this would have been sorted out if we had fans. If Lampard performs the way he does with no goals, those guys are getting booed off at half time. Same thing at Arsenal or Arteta. If it's at Leicester,
it's artificial crowd noise.
70th minute, and they're playing the way they are, still not doing much. You hear it rain in. Same thing with Ole. You know what I mean? You need that extra kick.
You know what's funny? Funny enough, it's as if you read my notes because I got in a hypothetical world, which managers get sacked first?
Well, Al Basri.
Yeah. Obviously, I think Arteta's the safest by a country mile. Arteta's clear. Arteta's
with
clear.
Arsenal, you get time. Especially if you're putting them in charge of transfers or giving them a say. That's for the long run.
So are we all clear in saying that if we was going to list them, Arteta's rock bottom?
It's a toss up between Ole and Lampard. Honestly, it really is a toss up.
And the worst thing is because of the club's image, I don't even think it's us.
Listen,
I think because of the club's image, even though they're known for sacking their managers, because of how much he's a club legend he is. I remember you touching on it the other week when you said about if he does leave, it will be a whole new kind of thing. I still think he'll stay, but
I don't know.
I don't know. He's been in the job still not long enough. He still needs a chance. He still needs time. I still think Ole will be gone first.
United have been
because of what he's been in the job 2 years. It'll be March. March will be 2 years for him since he got it permanently. So he got it as caretaker roughly around this time 2 years ago. So, boy,
you should always give a manager a minimum 3 years. It sounds like a lot, but for me, minimum 3 years in the job.
And in that time, he's got Champions League.
Okay. Unless you're losing every game and you're getting spunked on.
This is why I think it might be Lampard, bro, because in the 2 years he's got in Champions League, which United are so long for. Chelsea don't care about that. With Chelsea, what? You got to say Champions League, so what? Kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's Champions League.
And he got further in the Europa League. He got into the semi-finals of the Europa League.
Yeah.
Seasons before he got to the quarter-finals of the Champions League.
Like if you look at Ole's resume, he's sort of excelled at what has been asked of him at United. With Chelsea, regardless if you've excelled or you've got a top 4 finish, they don't give a toss. Honestly, they couldn't give a flying monkeys. Like I said,
Di Matteo got sacked after he won it.
Yeah, 6 months after.
No, but wasn't it? Ancelotti won the double, got sacked.
Mourinho did whatever.
Di Matteo won the Champions League, got sacked.
Won the Europa League.
Yeah,
got sacked.
like with Chelsea, there's no mercy. But obviously, the whole Lampard, Golden Boy,
it might be prolonged, but I don't know if it was, I don't know. But it's whoever's the worst. Whoever's really bad in a really bad position.
And do you know what the worst thing is? It's going to be Petr Cech. That's going to be caretaker.
You think? I didn't even think about that.
He hasn't really got much coaching experience in that.
Probably John Terry from Aston Villa. Come back.
I can see John Terry.
That's one.
But I think Chelsea would be stupid. Chelsea would just have to go into the market for the best manager possible.
No, obviously, but as caretaker at the time, they'd probably give it to Cech.
Whoever gets Poch, it's weird. I feel like if Chelsea get rid of their manager, they're going to go for Poch. Then United are going to regret because they're going to get rid of Ole. They're not going to get someone good. Vice versa, if they get rid of Ole, they get Poch, and then we want to get rid of Lampard. It's just like, oh fuck, kind of thing.
Do you think Poch to Chelsea would be more so a kick in the teeth to Mourinho for going to Spurs if he was to go? Obviously,
I just think it's a good hiring. That's it. I don't think there's nothing. It's business.
At management level, there isn't really that much loyalty anymore.
Yeah, no, it's true.
I'll tell you now, it won't happen. He'll go to United over Chelsea.
With Poch, if Barcelona offered him a lot of money and said, "Here you go, we're gonna offer you this much signings," he'll go.
You think he'll eventually succumb?
With him being an Espanyol legend, I think he'd do it.
That's I don't know.
That's a debatable one still.
Yeah, that because he has sworn that he wouldn't, but you never know. However, you know what I mean, life changing. Well, they obviously earn a lot of money as it is, but life changing money. You know what I mean? Anything's possible. All right, so give me your rank for who you think's most likely to get sacked to obviously least likely. I'll tell.
I'll definitely say Frank, then us,
and then I'll tell.
Yeah,
I'd say Ole, Frank, Arteta.
Ole, Frank, Arteta.
Okay, so you're the only one to actually put.
Reason being, even though I think Ole might have exceeded whatever this is and that, Ole's not as big a club legend as Lampard.
Yeah, I think that's what's will keep Lampard
less
in the job
loyalty
for that.
there.
100%. That's spot on.
Yeah.
All right, 3 more to go. I've got Furthest in Europe.
Last 3.
Yes.
Sorry.
United.
It's United. For me.
Wow.
I think Chelsea got an easier group.
Yeah, I've got an easier group, but your passion about FC will go over to United.
Yeah.
But they,
For that Euro.
Are we saying provided we all make it to the round of 16? Because imagine
I'm just
PSG
saying.
go crazy next leg, Leipzig go crazy next leg. They might not make it, bro.
no.
But that's what I'm saying.
Oh wait, shit! Who's in your group?
PSG, Leipzig, and who else?
What's that team?
The one Leipzig.
Istanbul Başakşehir.
Yeah, but six ahead.
We got Rene, Krasnodar, you know what I mean, bro?
I never
Yeah.
considered that.
And
you know.
Sevilla.
Thing is, it all depends on who finishes first and second.
I'm not gonna lie.
Obviously,
In theory, shouldn't Arsenal go the furthest? Europa League.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Listen, just don't.
Because they start to get through the round of 32 as well.
But I'm just saying, I was saying, provided we all get to the round of 16, then, you know what I mean? Because
No, but obviously
you got the easier road.
No, but if you get to the round of 16, it depends on who you're facing.
Yeah,
But obviously,
exactly.
that's due to your group position.
Yeah,
I generally do think we will finish first in the group.
really. That's a statement.
Wow.
Statement. Then again, PSG aren't great. You know what I mean, depends on how Leipzig move though. Okay, if they move wrecky, then
Yeah, the game today will be very telling of how that group will
Yeah.
end. 100%.
I do think Istanbul will shock PSG.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I do think they'll shock a lot of people.
I wouldn't be surprised because the problem is as well with those like
Depends on what sort of
market
Denver
teams.
bar turns up.
Exactly, with them small market teams, you just never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
You just never know because the big dogs are always going to go with the mentality that we're better than you, so we're just going to play our normal game. But
Plus, it's
sometimes
such a
the
retirement
dogs-
team. Like you've got
Yeah.
like, a lot of like players.
Yeah.
They've
Yeah,
got
they've got
Martin
some-
Skirtle,
yeah, exactly.
Rafael de Silva.
Yeah, exactly. But come on, if you had to say who will go the furthest,
I was gonna say.
I'm
them, but
gonna say
now I'm
United.
not sure. I'm not sure. I can't lie.
And purely just due to the fact that I think we'll be handed the easy ties all the way through.
Arsenal, Chelsea, United.
I'm not going to include Arsenal because we're not in the Champions League. So, if
remember, hypothetically speaking, both clubs could drop down to Europa League.
I know. But then, if they do go through, it'll be second. And if they do go through, they will go further.
I just know we're going to get further than Inter Milan.
But if they don't, if they don't win the group, they'll go further. You know what I mean? But they just got to get out of that group. If they get out of that group, they'll go further than Chelsea.
I do think they're going to get further than Inter Milan. Bottle jobs.
What's your top? Well, what's your 3 in order furthest in Europe?
So yeah, no, United, Chelsea, Arsenal.
Really, you're not actually writing off Arsenal?
And it's just due to the fact that they underestimate teams so much.
100%, bro. I think the quality in the end just always comes above, bro.
Yeah.
Especially against teams from like flipping Kazakhstan and all them places there, bro.
But it also gets to a point where your players just aren't G'd up to play Thursday nights.
Yeah, that is a good point.
Where you finishing Champions? Where's your furthest point in Champions League you're going? You lot
Or
gonna go?
what estimate?
Yeah. Where is going to be?
Realistically, you could say quarters because we could get an easy tie if we make it to the round of 16. Realistically,
I was going to say quarters or semi-finals.
See for us.
you can make it semis, bro.
See for us, I would expect final, but
Odds on a
I
Arsenal
think-
Spurs final.
No, but then again, you've also got a round of 32 first, then a round of 16.
Yeah,
You got
that's
all
the only
games,
thing.
yeah.
You have an extra game in
Yeah.
theory. Yeah.
but I think
We got to the quarters last
I
time.
think
we
we're
competition.
gonna focus on the cups more, and we're gonna try and focus on our league position a lot more than the Europa League this
Thing
season.
is, European games are weekly now, so they're coming thick and fast.
Yeah.
I think
100%.
we'll kind of cancel it out. I don't know what gives me that vibe, but I think we'll cancel out the Europa League. But if we take it serious, and
I'm not trying to give myself a bold
I can
prediction.
see
for Chelsea.
semis or finals.
I'm not trying to give myself a bold prediction because by next week it could all be down the toilet.
Yeah,
it's,
100%.
it's not worth it.
If we get Rangers,
I think it could be.
we're done.
No, remember last time you were worried about Napoli and you beat them. I think
No,
don't worry
I
about Arsenal.
think, no, Rangers are a whole different kettle.
Rangers
Yeah.
are gonna
They're
come
playing-
on crud.
They're
I
Because
think
football.
Arsenal,
we'll play a squad that is going to be meaty, and we're going to expect them to get.
Yeah, that's very likely. That's very likely.
And they'll camp us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
Rangers are a different kettle of fish.
Especially at Ibrox. If we go to Ibrox, we're fucked.
yeah.
Tell me that now. Ibrox is a different kettle of fish, whether it's fans, no fans. It's a fucking shit tour as well.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Who did they play? Who did they play on Thursday night? They were unbeaten.
Oh, what,
that
that weird side.
It was Belgium side.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot.
They were unbeaten. Since January.
Yeah, and then Ruth's chipping man from God knows how far and that, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, mad. Alright, last two I've got, when does your team need to invest?
No.
If you need to invest, exactly. You might not need to.
I was about to say, if anything, midfield, but no, I've got a new one. We need to invest in a new manager.
Fair enough. I'll take that. Arsenal?
If we don't play Ozil, which ain't gonna happen, we need to take that contract when he's gone, all that money, and invest in someone in that number 10 role.
Any ideas? Obviously, our probably being top of that list. Anyone else?
Yeah,
Maybe?
I haven't got any other ideas off the top of my head.
Odegaard would be good.
Yeah,
that's
he
a
hasn't been
shout.
featuring for Real.
That's
Is
a
he
shout.
injured? Oh, he's injured. Oh, okay, Cameron gave us confirmation he's injured.
Thanks, Cameron.
Cheers, mate.
I'll need to do some scouting for that.
We're
But
going FUT champs tonight. And
and then have a look and see who's 86 plus rated and that. But
Some good recruitment, bro.
But yeah, no, I think a while would be a good shout. I have seen little bits of him recently, and maybe Odegaard, but I don't know. Someone with a bit of creativity, and also someone who's gonna have that voice. You know what I mean? Who's gonna take that charge.
you can get young Isco. He's on the fringes of Real Madrid.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I've always liked this guy.
Yeah, it's good.
Real Madrid seem to have a good relationship with Arsenal, learning someone else and stuff like that. They can work around.
I won't call it a good relationship. I think they're just trying to palm him off for now. If I'm honest, they
Yeah.
just don't want to get rid of him completely in case they need to get him back in. Don't be surprised if he gets called back, even though he's going to have a stink with us.
Very, very weak right now. Like, it just doesn't look
Even
great.
though he's not doing the best with us at the moment, don't be surprised if he gets called back.
For us, I definitely think it's just going to be centre backs.
Left back.
Yeah, one more left back has come up.
Tellez, Shaw, one more maybe.
Yes, because Brandon Williams has gone a little bit backwards.
Yeah. He's back in the 23s now.
Yeah, he's back in the 23s. So
I swear.
yeah, and so yeah, one more left back in the sense of just to offer that little bit of difference when obviously Shaw's very injury prone.
What about a backup right back? Because Dalot's not playing.
Dalot's at AC Milan.
Dalot's at AC Milan. He's doing really well.
Yeah.
He's doing really well out
Fosu
there.
Mensah, you know what I mean?
I want to give Fosu Mensah a little bit more chance, but you also got Twan Zembe that can play out there.
Yeah. He had a
So-
good game against PSG.
Yeah, so yeah, he can also play out there.
Okay.
So I'd say a centre back, but long term defensive midfielder. I'd definitely say. Matic is coming up to his expiry.
Yeah. He's still a great footballer though. I rate Matic a lot. You can tell Matic is still level.
If you didn't get Højbjerg, he'd have been great for Tottenham.
Like Højbjerg would have been sick.
Yeah.
That would have been a big one. And then to top it all off, because this has been a long podcast, we're gonna have the best mixed XI. So I'm gonna. However, okay, before we start, what formation do you want to play? Do we go 4-3-3?
Yeah.
All right, we'll go 4-3-3. Yeah.
Sure.
We'll go position by position, and we'll collectively we'll pick the.
What's the midfield?
What Prem?
No, Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal.
One 6-2-8. So one DM, two attacking midfielders.
All right.
So no 4.
No, like 4-3-3. So like,
Yeah, but no number 4. Just you want to play.
oh yeah, 1-4 and then like 2-8.
Yeah, his 6 is a 4.
Yeah.
All right, goalkeeper. I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, no, I'd go.
You go Mendy. What would you go for?
Would you agree with Mendy right now?
On form? On
Leno.
3 starts, 3 clean sheets.
On form, yeah.
Don't know, you know.
If you say you don't know, it's a majority.
Listen, look at me.
So unless you have a good debate,
You heard his story. You know where he's come
I
from.
did read the story.
I'm not gonna lie.
It was very.
do you know what's crazy? I'm gonna write this down as well, so I keep a note. But if you don't have if you're on the edge, majority rules. So is it Mendy?
Yeah.
Just give it to Mendy.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to.
I don't
Whoever
care
I
about-
say is gonna be.
I don't care about any other input now. That's all I wanted. There was Mendy and God. That's all I wanted.
Left back.
Left back Chilwell.
Good. Him or Tierney?
Bro,
Tierney, bruv.
Oh.
I've never been a Chilwell fan. I can't lie.
But so far,
I've seen Tierney play.
Remember, this is a majority, so
but
you're the.
so far, Chilwell's got assists. He's got goals so
That's
far.
fine. That's fine. Give it to him. I don't care.
I thought he was going to start right back. That's what threw me off a bit.
Yeah.
So what? Chilwell.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Fuck's sake.
How
we're gonna get players in though.
Alright. Should we go for centre back?
Centre back.
Yeah, but do you want to go partnership or do you want to go one by one?
No, one more.
One by one.
Alright, so left-sided centre back.
So let's go over our options, boys. We have Gabriel, David Luiz, Maguire, Bailly, Lindelof, Thiago Silva, and Zuma.
I'm gonna be completely honest. Yeah, from that whole list, you only have one left-footed centre back. That's Gabriel, and he's actually been alright. So to not put him in there is a disjustice.
I'm just going over the options.
Is a disjustice. Obviously,
you're supposed to let us discuss it. You're just
but I would say it'd probably be Gabriel, but obviously it's up to you.
I'm fine with putting Gabriel in.
Yeah, if it was my partnership, I know I'm going a bit fast here, but I'll go with Gabriel and Thiago Silva.
2 Brazilians, love to see it.
Chemistry, come on. Go and get that green line.
Obviously, Maguire.
I wouldn't disagree with
that. Maguire is obviously a write-off for you lot.
Not for that, Thiago Silva and Gabriel is okay.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Obviously, right back. I know where this is going. Although there is a good debate.
It's got to be the Spider.
Yeah, I see.
Listen,
who's the Spider?
Wan-Bissaka. You hate. You're not a big
defensively
fan.
great, defensively, but going forward, we could have a shout of Reece James here. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying, he was side tackling deads the night before.
Cedric Bellerin, not at level of obviously Reece James.
Reece James is in there.
Alright.
Reece James.
See, you're locking in Reece James. So now it's between you two.
Listen, I'm just saying this. Think about it. Reece James has got the defensive ability, but he's also offers something going forward. That's what I'm saying. Like, just consider.
As of right now, if I had to say, I would have picked Wan-Bissaka.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I would.
Yeah, but okay, well, we can't cast your vote, and then you make it a tiebreaker.
No.
We never casted his vote for the
Yeah, you haven't been casting. But I would say Wan-Bissaka's in my XI.
I don't want to put. Okay, cool. I don't want to put too many Chelsea players in, so I'm going to agree with Wan-Bissaka.
Wow.
I'll agree with it. But if you ask me, deep to my core, who the better right back is, I'd say Reece James. I think Wan-Bissaka to me is more of a centre back.
No, I think genuinely Reece James is a player that's got a lot of confidence at the minute.
Okay, that's fair.
Raw ability, I don't think he has a lot.
Listen, if you're talking about confidence, Wan-Bissaka right now, him and his escapades, he's got confidence.
Reece James wears wigs.
Wow.
What's that got to do with anything?
I
Wow.
don't like him.
So what, am I looking at Wan-Bissaka?
Yeah, I'm fine.
No! Reece James.
No.
I voted Reece James, he voted Reece James.
Oh, so you voted Reece James? You said Wan-Bissaka.
But obviously, I said I don't mind. I don't mind either.
You don't need to choose. Come on.
I'm saying Reece James. No. You gotta make a
Reece
decision.
James, I'm going Reece James.
Wow.
You either say you don't
Sorry.
know.
Worst thing is, I'd be happy with either. I don't mind.
Yeah, spud me, bro.
Ow.
Little man.
Alright. Obviously, 3 centre mids. Let's go for one more defensive midfielder.
So 2 and 1.
No, we'll go 1, 2.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Yeah, so obviously our defensive midfielders, Kante, Fred, Partey,
I don't think we
Matic.
can play Kante as DM. Let's play how Lampard will play him. So he's a CM.
No, because then we'd be dickheads for doing that.
No, but that's why he's been playing for 2 seasons, bro.
No, I
for
don't
2 seasons,
care.
I get with you. I get
disagree.
So
Kante's the DM, but listen. You know what I mean?
The only reason why I say this is because, well, either way, Kante's going to be
His
in this
natural
team.
Position.
Either way, Kante's getting in the squad.
It's his natural position, right?
Alright,
So he's played there for 2 seasons, bro. Think about it.
I don't care.
Alright, cool. Wait.
If Kante's getting in the squad, I own the attacking midfielders.
Why? Who do you want in it? Don't say my age.
He's just going to say Pogba.
Because, the attacking midfielders are always going to be Pogba and
If you're going by form now as well.
Wait, one step at a time. Alright, let's scrap DMs. We just play 3 centre mids. No one forward, no one back. We're just picking 3 centre mids.
Okay, that's fair.
So, am I fair in putting Kante in there?
Yes.
Or so is this a off?
Wait. What's the options quickly? We've got to run through all of them.
Kante, Partey, Xhaka, Ceballos,
Pogba, Bruno Fernandes, Fred, Van der Beek, Fred, Kovacic, Jorginho,
Yeah.
Billy Gilmore if you like.
Oh, that's a lot of quality players.
Listen, if you're going to disrespect
No,
For me, there's 2 players there that are 100% in that team.
Kante,
And Bruno Fernandes.
Okay.
There's no doubt.
Mhm.
There's no doubt. But obviously this is up to you.
No, you're spot on.
All in favour of Kante, say aye.
Alright.
aye.
Okay, yeah, but you've got 2 of 1, so Kante's in there regardless. Discuss.
I like Lebil a lot. I'm thinking Lebil Kovacic vibes.
I do.
So you're not putting Bruno?
No.
Wow.
Are you fucking buzzing?
Listen.
No, I'd rather put Bruno still.
Bruno Fernandes.
See, tell him.
Shush. If it's not Pogba, I'm putting Kovacic and Fernandes.
No, it's Bruno still.
So wait, all in favour of Bruno say aye.
Aye.
Cameraman, Bruno or Pogba if you had to choose?
Bruno.
Alright, cameraman, obviously, it's everyone's Scott! Obviously, things not valid, his opinion's not valid, but Bruno got majority, so we still have space for one more. You can still fit Pogba.
Okay, cool, but Bruno over Pogba. Come on now, when did we lose our minds, boys?
No, but if we're talking in
Let's think about it.
We're talking about form.
Yeah, we're talking about form. We're talking about right now.
We're not doing these on
Pogba doesn't even get into the start next time.
We're not even talking about this.
Listen,
this
every time
on paper stuff.
we got Kante in the squad, right, guys?
Yes.
Every time Pogba and Kante have played together, they've been undefeated. That's all I'm saying. They want to work up together.
You still have space to put in Pogba.
No,
That's
he's
what I'm
not-
saying.
he's not gonna go-
Is there no one?
He's not going to go for it.
You see,
So sometimes
No,
the
I'm
gender.
talking about Pogba, obviously.
see, but this is the thing. Is there no one from the Arsenal squad that you want to put in the midfield?
I would put Ozil if he was playing.
No.
So no. Alright, cool. You got one more centre mid.
So Fernandes is in.
Fernandes is in.
Kante.
Kante is in.
Pogba.
So you're screaming Pogba.
Pogba.
I like Pogba. I'll
Alright.
give Pogba.
But that's so. Thank you. Hey, we
So
all
I
agree, we all agree,
won. So
we all
I won
agree.
eventually.
Yeah.
I can't lie. That might have been the first ever, like, well, maybe except for Thiago Silva and Mendy.
No. I wasn't unhappy about Bruno going in, but whatever.
Wow.
Taylor Pistano.
You're gonna.
You was loving him off at one point, bro.
Who was loving the
I swear.
No, not me. This wasn't me. It was Eddie, not me.
And up front, all I'm saying is Cavani, innit?
Wait.
Oh, scant.
Don't run before you
Go home.
Right. Left winger.
Pulisic.
Pulisic is an option.
I'm saying Aubameyang's a striker. Listen. don't argue.
Wait. But here's the thing: is Aubameyang a striker or left winger?
Striker for me personally, bro.
Striker. Right.
Striker.
Is Rashford a winger or a striker?
Winger.
He's a winger. But that's why he plays.
Pulisic. No, I'm sticking to that.
And then Saka is probably the only left winger I'd probably put in the mix.
Do you want me to be honest?
Go on.
Wait, is Rashford no winger? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's what he
left
plays.
winger,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's my left winger.
It's got to be Dr. Rash.
I'm unhappy with that, boys. I can't lie to you.
But that's the majority. So unless you can come up with a
listen,
good enough argument to sway them.
I do like Pulisic, but I don't know, you know.
Unless you can come up with a good enough argument to sway their opinions.
I'm just
Okay.
saying, at the moment, Rashford's like, he's got a big backpack.
Let me ask you a
And he's just
question.
taking that team. Like,
Let me ask you a question. Okay, if you was to look at Real Madrid right now, okay, who's going into the squad? Pulisic or Rashford?
I just forgot something. Centre mids, Havertz. Or is he coming under one of the attacking positions?
Let him grow a little bit.
Alright, cool. Alright, and I just thought I'd throw that in there. I just thought I'd throw
send
that.
him back to the Bundesliga.
Hear me out.
Come on.
At 19, Pulisic is spinning.
I don't care about at 19, I'm talking about right now.
He's 21. He's literally 2 seasons
I
ago.
don't care, he's my age.
Yeah, you're asking me a question, but I'll answer. Let me get to my point. Right? Alright? At 19, he was spinning them for Blades at Dortmund, right? Came to Chelsea, he was injured, and then came to the team late. Gave you 10 and 10 at 21.
Okay.
10 goals, 10 assists. Also, all I'm saying, don't disregard my boy.
But obviously he's made contributions, but where has that got you?
Top 4. What?
He's still timed on the same points as us, so
Yeah, exactly, but he came in after. We need that point.
Yeah, but exactly. So if you're talking about that, they obviously only play devil's advocate. Pulisic. So if you said you just got the same points as Chelsea, what's
That's
Rashford
what
done?
doing.
Yeah, what's Rashford done now? He's been in a
no, but
amazing
that's
league.
what I mean though. Rashford's played in that position for a few seasons, but he's got trophies out of it. He's got what?
Yeah, but we're talking on form.
Yeah, we're talking about currently. Currently, who is the best?
Bro, you
left
can't tell me the
winger?
past 3-4 months it hasn't been Pulisic. You cannot tell me he's been Rashford.
Pulisic has been out for a
Bro,
while.
yeah, but it doesn't matter. Ever since he's been playing, he's been
It's
ridiculous.
been confirmed. It's Dr. Rash.
How did we confirm?
It's a 2v1.
This is ridiculous.
I can't lie, I love them both.
I love you, Rashford, for everything you're doing outside of football, but there's no way right now I see you as better than Pulisic, honestly. There's no way. On God's green earth am I taking. I'm picking Iguodala.
And Yadro, Rashford or Pulisic?
Rashford.
I want to swear so badly, bro.
Who are you picking? As a Chelsea fan.
Rashford. As of right now, it's Rashford. As of right now, Rashford.
Guys, it's confirmed. I'm not coming into the podcast next week.
I'm putting in Rashford. I have to.
Yeah, that's right.
Obviously, you had Martial as well. Or was Martial a striker?
No, striker.
Striker.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
striker.
so he ain't getting into that squad. Anyways, right winger. Willian, Pepe,
Daniel James.
Ziyech. I'm gonna put Havertz in there. Ziyech, Havertz. Yeah. Who else? Who would you even play right wing nowadays?
What matter?
Alright, so United's right wingers are not included.
They're actually the retirement home of the I can't lie, bro. You can't talk about Arsenal retiring home.
Since like 2013.
There you go, bro.
Shout out David Moyes, fam.
So, right wingers? Anyone? I'm not gonna lie, right wingers were kind of weak. I think the whole flipping.
Wait, say
Yes,
that again?
as of right now, can we agree Pulisic is the right winger because of how? Think about it, boys.
However, I don't mind putting Pulisic right wing. I'm more than happy to do that.
Hear me out, boys. Lampard's been playing well on the left. You know what I mean? Pulisic's been right.
No, really and truly.
Bro, Pulisic has to see that team.
Sometimes agenda in it.
Listen, I'm not like, listen, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. I'm more than happy to put Pulisic at right wing if everyone comes to a consensus.
Hear me out, boys. He's been playing right.
Because Willian, Pepe, Havertz, Ziyech, Pulisic.
It would either be out. If it was me, it would either be Willian or if we had to fucking choose, it would probably be.
Okay, cool. Now let's compare Willian and Pulisic, guys.
I don't have time for this.
No, let's not do that.
When you're at Chelsea, Pulisic's the better player. Yes!
Pulisic is right wing.
We're going next week, boys. I'm coming back. I'm back.
And then finally, striker.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
I thought he was a left winger.
No, it's a striker. We'll be playing as a left winger.
If it's not a bad it's
No,
Oliver Giroud, guaranteed.
Listen.
Are you fucking at what?
Listen.
No, if it's not a bad because he's not a Cavani. Yeah.
Listen. So, Aubameyang, yeah? Martial. I'm not going to say Cavani, he's not getting in our squad.
He's only played 8
Timo
minutes.
Werner. Tammy Abraham.
No.
Oli Giroud.
No.
Worst thing is,
Eddie Nketiah.
nice.
Good shout, but nah.
Lacazette.
Nah.
What's your
Worst thing is, Timo's stats last year would give him a shout, but as of right now, I'm not putting him in.
You can't count that.
Yeah, exactly. It's not Cavani. How
can man say Cavani after 7 minutes of play?
7-8 minutes of game
It's a
time.
poacher, okay?
I'm categorically picking Aubameyang.
Alright.
That's it. And if it's not Aubameyang, the only choice is.
I'm just saying, after that contract extension, he has the same amount of goals as David De Gea.
What?
Basically says he's got 0 goals.
Yeah.
Who's your pick? Well, you've locked in Aubameyang.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, well, your scream at the beginning was more than...
I'll get to
Yeah, you ain't got much of a say. So that is it.
But you'd actually choose Cavani as the best
No,
one.
If I was trying to find Kane
So
would
who?
certainly be in that team instantly, bro.
Well, I haven't got anyone for that position at it.
So either way.
Excuse.
Alright, so...
Well,
this-
we haven't got a representative for that position because we're just not getting goals.
Yeah, but who would you pick if you had to pick out of all those strikers?
Oh, probably Timo Werner.
What?
I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Remember what we said as the single striker? He's a single striker in that position. Fuck the wingers.
Yeah.
He'll still be a single striker.
Yeah.
However, to play devil's advocate once again, Aubameyang played up front against Leicester and then provided nothing, so I just finally...
Yeah, no,
But
you're
anyways,
right, but still.
this is you lot's chosen squad. Goalkeeper, Mendy. Left back, Chilwell. Centre back partnership of Gabriel and Thiago Silva. Right back, Reece James. Central midfielders, Pogba, Kante, Bruno Fernandes. And up front, we've got Rashford, Aubameyang, Pulisic.
I'd be happy with that. I think I'm okay with that.
Would you choose? Because I'm asking a question. Because
Okay.
I've got an answer to the question as
Yes,
well.
yes,
Would you change anything? Would you not change anything in that squad
I'd
at
be
all?
open for discussion. Conversation can stop for Fernandes.
I'm just saying the right back position's a bit.
Okay, mine's the left back position.
So who are you saying
Tierney.
is the Chilwell?
He's saying
Tierney.
Alright, fair enough.
And listen. I know he hasn't really showed himself, but I know what he can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're talking about form, because if that was the case, he would be backing Pulisic for left winger, innit? So
No, he's got
I was
right winger, so you can count on him. Count on him.
Alright guys, I think we've ended. I think that was a good way to end the pod. That was
No,
gone. Go
sorry,
Wolves.
we need to end the pod on this.
Gone.
So there has been some other terrible news in football. I don't know if you got.
Oh
know.
yeah.
So, ex Man City
Oh,
academy
Oh,
boy, 17-year-old Jeremy Whiston, sorry. He unfortunately,
took his own life.
yeah, it's a sad day for football, especially youth football. My heart personally goes out to the family and that. Yeah, like I said, it's a sad time. He got released and he clearly didn't think there was no other pathway or anything there for him. guys, boys, girls. I work in the game myself, so I've seen a lot and heard a lot of things for the years I've been in it, and it's only been a few. And please, if you've got any issues, whether it's your game time, whether you've been released or you can't get a trial, or you're struggling in your grassroots team, whatever it is, or you're not being picked up on your showcase team, whatever it is, please speak to people you trust, whether it's your mum, your dad, your brother, your academy manager, your coach, your safeguarding officer, your player care officer, whoever it is, please talk, because
it's never the end of your story.
Trust me, and it's not just for football. Like whatever it is, whether you're having hard times with COVID, I've known people that's just lost their job recently, and it's hard. I've had trouble with it myself, being self-employed. I know others have had trouble with it as well. Just please do speak, because you're not the only one that's got issues, and everyone. If you trust someone, they will help you 100%. And this is an all personal thing as well. If you do have any issues, especially football related, please feel free to drop me a message on Instagram at Imperial Coaching UK. So that's my football coaching page. I do help mentoring and stuff like that. So if you have got any issues, please feel free to drop me a message anytime. My number and email's on there as well, so anything, just please contact me. And I think that was the best way probably to end it. Please speak up, please do.
It's never the end. If you get released, there's always other paths as well, so you know what I mean, it's not the end of your story.
I know it's not the nicest way to end, but it had to be done,
of course,
in my opinion.
No, we have to, especially the platform we have as well, we have to open people's eyes to everything that goes on and off the field. And the thing is as well, there's so much that happens off the field that we kind of just like dismiss, and we don't know what's going through people's like heads, do you know what I mean? And unfortunately, Jeremy did take his life because, well, we don't really know the reason why, but obviously he was recently released, so that could have been one of the main reasons. So if you are in a position where you don't know what to do, because you're going to experience that at least once in your life, just speak to someone you trust. Like Liam said, there will be someone there out there listen to you, to help you, so take advantage of that. And listen, like all of us here, we're more than happy. Obviously, a few of us have been in and around the academy system, like we know how it works, do you know what I mean? So feel free to drop us a message, ask us anything, we're here to help. And listen, even if you just want someone to talk to, like I'm pretty sure everyone here is more than happy to, do you know what I mean, to hold 100%. A conversation. So I
didn't mean to write anyone off here, but yeah, 100%. We're
listen, even if you don't want to hit up the actual season's social media pages, or even on the comments, listen, someone's going to reply to you lot, there's no doubt about it. So do that. And on that note, guys, thank you once again for tuning in, embarking on this amazing journey with us. Remember to hit us up on all socials, Seasons Football, Instagram _. Subscribe to the YouTube. We're trying to hit them 100 subs by Christmas, hopefully. By the end of the year, 100 subs. So if you lot can make that happen, that'd be brilliant. And on that note, it's been your boy Clouds P.
At Tancho.
Liam.
And at the Valley.
Have a good night, guys.
Peace.